Alright, welcome everybody back. I am going to change this real quick. How's everything going? Everybody, what's up? Clover. Let me get this ready. There we go. Yeah, but what's up, everybody? How's is like the mic working well? Is everything working well? Can you guys hear me? But yeah, sorry, this is a little bit of a late start because I went to somewhere with my dad and my brother, but I'm back and we are now live. And yeah, hopefully everything is going well. Oh my gosh. And yeah, got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings right now. Watch some of these storms out here, including one in Illinois that might be rotating. Yeah, I saw the tornado warnings in Illinois. So hopefully I didn't miss too much. But watching this little area of rotation out here near Fairfield. Right now it's not warned as any tornado warning, but we're watching that. It's in Illinois right now. Wouldn't be surprised to get a tornado warning out of that. And up here towards Iowa, we got some storms out here as well. So watching those as well, these storms. Putting one near Trenton. Yeah, Monday does look insane, to be honest. Let's see. Monday does look insane. So there's a lot of storms going on right now, and we're gonna focus on a lot of them. As you can see, one over here on North Platte. You guys got a storm coming through out there, and Nebraska. It's kind of made its way through already, though. And then going over towards Colorado, there's a severe thunderstorm for Stratton, Joes, and Kirk, Colorado. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows. 60-mile-per-hour winds are coming into the area. So get prepared out there for that storm. And then we don't have any tornado warnings right now. I would definitely expect that to potentially change, though, as we have a enhanced risk of severe storms out here. Northwestern Kansas, southwestern Nebraska, and northeastern Colorado. I'm also watching this little area up over here where we also have potential for potentially a strong tornado. We have potential for a strong tornado definitely today, but I think northern Missouri is definitely, and southern Iowa is definitely something I'm watching very closely. Moderate, probably of 2 or more tornadoes, moderate 60%, with the probability of 1 or more each strong to EF2 to EF5 tornadoes is actually pretty decently high, as you can see with the moderate. I can definitely see the Monday storm go farther in the Midwest and Ohio Valley as it's riding the border of Ohio. Yeah. But, yeah. Let's go back over to some of our Illinois storms. There's Olney, Illinois. You guys got a storm coming in. Tornado possible tag. This storm has considerable damage threat. Ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts are moving into the area. Actually, I don't think that has a considerable damage threat. Let me see. I need to change the color of my severe thunderstorm warnings. This more of a yellow color. There we go. So yeah, watching this Noble, Illinois. You guys are in the severe thunderstorm warning, so definitely get indoors and away from windows. Same for Olney. Get indoors and away from windows out there. Might be a little rotation, but definitely still watching the Fairfield area. The closest. I don't know why this is not tornado warned. I think this needs to be tornado warned, but that's going to be some areas of rotation right there. If you're not familiar, the red and some of the other greener colors, when those come up against each other, those can mean that we could be seeing some rotation. Definitely a little bit broad because you see some of those gray pixels in the middle. So definitely maybe some broader type of rotation out there. And still got a lot of storms out here. Wouldn't surprised to be getting a tornado warning potentially out here for one of these areas of rotations out here in northern Missouri. So that's something to be watching. And then out here towards Nebraska, we got a lot of severe storms out here. Southern Nebraska and northwestern Kansas, northeastern Colorado. Quite a few severe thunderstorm warnings out there. So definitely be prepared out here for some potential tornado warnings. I'll be covering this live. So, yeah. Definitely still watching the Illinois storms a lot. Especially this one out here at the Fairfield storm. I have potential rotation with it. That's going to be rotation right there potentially, so something to be watching. If we check out correlation coefficient, we don't have a tornado on the ground, likely at least. We don't have a tornado on the ground, so that's good. But we got rotation, so we might get a tornado warning here soon for Fairfield. So be prepared out there for maybe a tornado warning. Then around Noble, actually we're actually south of Noble. We might have a little bit of a spin up trying to come together here. That's something to watch. You can see this little hook-looking thing here coming out of the storm, so might be a little rotation right there. Even down here towards the Ohio Valley, we do have a 2% tornado risk down here, so we can't rule out maybe an isolated tornado down here towards the Ohio Valley either. So, yeah, definitely looking like a pretty significant day of severe weather today. Then we got this big storm moving into these areas out here, Moorefield areas. Moorefield, Nebraska. You guys got a storm moving in. That's going to be having a chance for some 2-inch hail with it. So, get prepared for that. Right now, no imminent tornado threats. That's good. Max velocity just went live. Down near Columbus, Nebraska, we got a severe thunderstorm warning out there, so get indoors and away from windows. Southwest of Columbus, Nebraska. So, get ready for that if you're out there. We don't have any tornado warnings right now, so that's good. One second. Let's see. Alright. Let's see here. And we're still watching the storm in Nebraska. Near Ansley, Nebraska has a severe thunderstorm warning with a considerable damage threat as there's golf ball size hail with that storm. So be aware for that if you're out there. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm back. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's check out some of the storms in Iowa. Got some out here. Might have some rotation. Trying to spin up with some of these. So I'm gonna be watching very closely. Let's see. Even got some storms out here in Kansas. Still trying to come through. I have a little bit of rotation trying to come together. There's nothing even that crazy or anything too concerning, no. This is out here in Kansas. This is severe thunderstorm warning. Checking out this traffic in right here. Won't load in. But we got a lot of storms going on out here right now, so we're gonna try to cover a lot of these. Let's see here. Let's go back to Iowa. Let's go back to Illinois, my bad. We're still watching this storm out here. It's trying to have some spin-up rotation with it near Fairfield, Illinois. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows regardless if there is going to be a tornado warning. There's some quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds coming in, but My bad. But right now, we don't have a tornado warning for it, so yeah. Oni, Noble, Illinois, you guys got a severe thunderstorm warning. There's a storm moving in right now. Tornado possible tag. So it's gonna come with ping pong ball size sail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Let's go towards Louisville, Kentucky. Lagrange, Kentucky, Crestwood, Kentucky. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows, as there's a severe thunderstorm right there. This is near Louisville, Kentucky. In fact, this actually went through Louisville, Kentucky, so yeah. Special weather stimmer in Louisville, Kentucky from that storm. That's gonna go towards Lagrange and Crestwood, Kentucky. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows, as there is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail that is gonna be coming in. We got some storms out here towards northern Missouri right now. I have a little bit of rotation trying to come together here. Nothing too crazy, but that's something to be watching. Let me see if I can get something up here. Here is the weather intensity score right now. It's pretty above the threshold right now, so looks like it's gonna be staying above the threshold for a pretty long while. So that's the threshold. That's the weather intensity score. We have no one watching right now. No one was watching right now. So yeah. At least the control panel's telling me that no one is watching, but sometimes sometimes that doesn't work. So yeah, got some potential rotation near Laredo, Iowa, Missouri. Sorry. Sometimes when it says like the viewers of what's going on with the live stream right now, like current viewers, if it says 0, there still can be some other people still watching, because sometimes it takes a second to update. Let's see here. Going over to Kansas, we still got some of these storms out here moving through. Still watching these Illinois storms, as they're just trying to spin up some brief tornadoes right now out here. They're just trying to spin up some brief tornadoes with an area trying to come together near Olney, Illinois. Sorry if you heard that in the background. That's my brother. Give me 1 second. Oh, also, what's up, Weston? But yeah, rotation near Olney, Illinois. North of Olney, mainly. That's not really gonna be anything too concerning, but could spin up a brief tornado. There's not Alva tornado warning though right now, to be clear. So watching the storms out here in Iowa, they mainly have severe thunderstorm warnings right now. Corning, Iowa. Guys gotta get indoors and away from windows, and also be prepared for maybe an isolated tornado with that storm. So, yeah. Louisville, Kentucky, your storm has moved through, and it should be done. It's going to go to Lagrange and Crestwood now, so you need to get indoors and away from windows. Not a big tornado threat with this. We wouldn't rule out maybe a brief spin up, but not a big tornado threat with this. You guys don't have to worry about anything like too tornadic, I don't think. Do you think I would be added to the enhanced risk for Monday in Morgan's Corner, Oklahoma? Morgan's Corner, Oklahoma. Let me search that up real quick. Morgan's Corner, Oklahoma. Honestly, I didn't check the models that much, but I mean, it's possible. But I think they might expand the enhanced risk maybe out a little bit more, and then add the moderate somewhere in there for Monday. But I think it's possible. But I didn't check too much of like the future radars and stuff. So yeah, got a lot of storms out here in southwestern Iowa. I think these are probably going to be the main concern for now. Definitely got some rotation trying to come together here near Gravity, Iowa. Wouldn't be surprised if that got a tornado warning. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. No problem. But Gravity, Iowa, yes, should be prepared for maybe a brief spin-up tornado that tries to happen here. Might get a tornado warning out of that storm here soon. Also, Weston, did you hear that I got certified? I'm now a certified weather spotter. So let's go. Got a storm out here in northern Missouri with 2-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with some pretty large hail coming into Galt and Browning, Missouri. So definitely get indoors and away from windows. Yes, that's all. Congrats. Thank you. I'm excited. I'm still trying to figure out like the easier ways to report to them without having to call them. So. Fairfield, Illinois, the rotation has kind of weakened out, but I can still change. Only there's a very broad rotation out there right now. Same with the Fairfield, Illinois area. More broad rotation out there. You'll give me like 5 seconds. I'm gonna run a test stream real quick. All right, you're good. Really watching the storm in Iowa though very closely. I think this might need a tornado warning here shortly for Gravity, Iowa. I think we might see a tornado warning come out in those areas for Gravity, Iowa. So I'll watch that closely. I do think Gravity, Iowa could end up in a tornado warning here soon. Give me 1 second. My bad, I was just checking out Ryan Hall's stream. So, yeah, we're still watching Gravity, Iowa. We could have a tornado warning come out on that here soon. But, yeah, it's a pretty big radar hole. Which is what that means. You see there's radar sites around it. But just not one where the storms are. Like, we need one right here so that we can see the storm better through the radar. So, but we don't have one, so it's a radar hole. So that's what's going on with that. Let's go back down here into Illinois. Still got some of these storms out here in Fairfield. Fairfield, the rotation has kind of broadened up, so it's not really rotating anymore. Then Olney, Illinois, he's got a severe thunderstorm warning for tornado possible tag with 60-mile-per-hour winds and half-dollar sized hail coming in. So, yeah. Is broadened up a actual word though? Like broadened up? I don't even know. Southwestern Illinois, some storms continuing out here. So watching the Gravity area over here in Illinois closely, as this thing could try to produce a tornado. So watching that very closely here. So yeah, then I got a lot of storms out here in Nebraska, including one in Pleasanton and Amherst, Nebraska. There's a severe thunderstorm warning for you guys. Now you guys need to get indoors and away from windows. There's 2-inch hail coming in. It might be a little bit of rotation too, so kind of broad rotation, but it could try to spin up some more. So yeah, down here towards parts of Kansas, we got this storm out here in northwestern Kansas areas. Colorado, Goodland, Colorado. I think the storm is going to push through those areas. You guys, I don't think I have to worry about anything too crazy right now. But Kirk areas out here in Colorado, you guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning. Considerable damage with 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in. Potentially up to 70 miles per hour. Public, 68-mile-per-hour wind gust was measured near Stratton, Colorado. 68. Wow. Pretty strong winds potentially out there, so. Yeah, welcome back, Weston. Welcome back. So we got some of these storms out here towards the Ohio Valley. The storm in Fairfield, Illinois has kind of already moved through that area. I guess should be getting some more lightning and heavy rain, but yeah. Parts of northern Missouri, we're still watching some of these storms out here. We're going to rule out maybe a brief spin-up tornado trying to form here with these storms. But, like, man, these storms are occurring in a big radar hole. Why don't we have a radar site right here? Like, why don't we have a radar site somewhere in the circle? We need one. We need one. Let's see here. So far, no tornado warnings, but we'll probably see some come out here pretty soon with some of these storms. Gravity, there's still some rotation trying to come together there in Gravity, Iowa, so yeah, there's still some rotation trying to come together out there, so still watching that very closely. As right now, it does not have a tornado warning, but does have severe thunderstorm warnings, so get indoors and away from windows. A lot of severe thunderstorm warnings out here in parts of Nebraska, including one for Cairo areas in Nebraska. You guys have a severe thunderstorm warning right now. No imminent tornado threat, but that storm is packing golf ball size hail, so definitely get indoors and away from windows. You do not want to be outdoors in that storm. You do not want to be outdoors in that storm. I can tell you one thing. I can tell you that. For tomorrow and Sunday, we do have another big threat potentially. So we have a 15% tornado risk actually outlined out here from northeastern Nebraska to southeastern South Dakota and northwestern Iowa. So tomorrow could be a pretty big day. Probably will be, as a 15% tornado risk is pretty rare. That's pretty high. So definitely watching that very closely. Even out here in Illinois, we got some of these storms still continuing out here. Many producing some damaging winds, but a brief spin-up tornado cannot be ruled out. So yeah, still definitely watching those. Definitely watching those storms. And then let's give an update for the Louisville, Crestwood, LaGrange storm. The main part of the storm moved through Crestwood already, so still remain indoors and away from windows. But Louisville, the storm has kind of already moved through LaGrange. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows, LaGrange. So, yeah. Let's go back up here. Northeastern Colorado. Severe thunderstorm warning for Burlington. Up to Idalia areas in Colorado. You guys have a severe thunderstorm warning for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So, definitely get indoors and away from windows. Definitely might have a little bit of rotation, maybe a little bit contaminated, but might have some rotation trying to come together there, so, yeah. Definitely watching these storms out here in parts of southwestern Iowa and northern Missouri right now. Definitely watching these storms. There's some severe thunderstorm warnings with them right now. So, yeah, for any of the severe thunderstorm warnings out there, definitely get indoors and away from windows. And then still got some of these storms out here in Illinois. So get ready for that. This storm has a decent looking hook with it, though, to be honest with you guys. Not rotating that much, that's the thing. Not really rotating that much, though. Not really rotating that much. In Nebraska, definitely still watching these storms out here, including one near Amherst, Nebraska, Miller, Nebraska. You guys do need to be indoors and away from windows. Miller, Nebraska is actually getting some chances for some pretty large hail right now, so get ready for that. Let's go back out here to Iowa, watching these storms closely. Gravity, Iowa, still watching that area of rotation. We have a chance potentially to get a tornado warning with this, but yeah. Big radar hole out here. That's one thing. Big radar hole. Out here in Illinois, still got some of these storms going on. Only Illinois, Fairfield, Illinois. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows. I've got some brief spin up rotation trying to come together here near Golden Gate, Illinois. So definitely watching that. The main storm has kind of passed through Fairfield, but still need to be indoors and away from windows. Louisville, the main part of the storm has passed through, you guys, in Louisville, Kentucky. So yeah, you guys, the main part of the storm has passed through. So you guys should be good with that storm in Louisville, Kentucky. So yeah, then out here in southwestern Iowa, still got these storms. Watching for some brief spin-up rotations, especially one right here, and right here. So yeah, watching those storms very closely as well. Let's see here. Right now, we don't have any tornado warnings right now. We haven't had any tornado warnings in the stream so far. I would expect that to change, though, here pretty soon, as we could be seeing a chance for some more tornado warnings try to come out. So, we'll see what happens there. But as of right now, we just got a ton of severe thunderstorm warnings. That's one thing, a ton of severe thunderstorm warnings. With our weather intensity score sitting at 111 right now, 0.1. See how far the weather intensity score went up. So, yeah. Weather intensity score is definitely going up. And then, yeah. Let's see here. Still watching the storm of Columbus, Nebraska. The main part of the storm is actually might go a little bit west of you guys, but still remain prepared out there. Still remain prepared as that storm has could still go into some of your area. You guys will likely get hit by this part of the storm. So like this part of the storm is the part that you guys could get hit by. So yeah, but the main part of the storm might go a little bit towards your west. The main part of your storm might go a little bit towards the west. And then northern Missouri. Watching some of these storms, still watching for a potential brief spin up tornado. We just cannot see this rotation very well because of how much of a radar hole this is. Because there's not a radar site really near the storm, so it's going to be hard to see that much detail in what's going on with it. So, yeah. Only Illinois, the storm has kind of pushed through your area. The main part, I think, is gone, but yes, we'll still hear some lightning. The main part of it is near Claremont and towards Amity areas in Illinois. So, if you're over there towards Lawrenceville, you guys should be prepared for maybe another severe thunderstorm warning to come out for you guys here soon. So, we'll be watching that very closely. We'll be watching that closely there. We'll see if we start getting any tornado warnings come out here. But we just cannot see these storms very well, which is likely why we don't have that much tornado warnings, is because we cannot see these storms out here very well. We cannot have that good of detail because this is a radar hole where we don't have that much radar sites. So, yeah. If you live in a dark red box here, this dark red polygon here, you guys should be prepared for potential tornado warnings tonight. A tornado watch means conditions are favorable for tornadoes, so that's what a tornado watch means. So be prepared for that. For maybe some tornado warnings. Then out here in this dark yellow area, out here, you guys have a chance for some severe thunderstorms, so be prepared for that. The conditions are favorable for severe thunderstorms, as there's a severe thunderstorm watch actually out there in those areas. And then we're definitely watching these storms in parts of Iowa, kind of these areas, especially the ones out here near Gravity, Iowa. That's the storms that we've been watching very closely. They might be trying to rotate, so yeah, Gravity, Iowa, and Bedford, Iowa. So, yeah, watching those storms out there very closely. We did get a special weather statement for Albion and West Salem, Illinois. You guys got a special weather statement. still got some potential rotation that might be trying to still spin up right here around Golden Gate, Illinois. So, yeah. Rotation was a little bit stronger earlier, though. So, yeah. So, watching the storm near Gravity, Iowa. Still might be trying to rotate out there. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a tornado warning with that here soon. And then places just west of Columbus, Nebraska has a severe thunderstorm warning. We did just get a tornado warning actually for the storm in Gravity, Iowa. This storm does now have a tornado warning with it, so definitely get indoors and away from windows. Gravity, Iowa does now have a tornado warning. Gravity, Iowa does now have a tornado warning. If you're in Gravity, Iowa, Sharpsburg, Iowa, there's rotation in those areas. So you need to get indoors and away from windows. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. There actually might be a tornado trying to touch down out here, so yeah, I think we got a tornado on the ground, guys. There's a tornado trying to touch down right here in Gravity, Iowa. If you're in Gravity or Sharpsburg, Iowa, you need to get indoors. If you haven't already, get indoors, away from windows, get to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. No windows. If you're out there in Sharpsburg or Gravity, Iowa, get indoors and away from windows. So I'm so used to saying indoors, get indoors and away from windows because there's always severe thunderstorm warnings going on when I'm live streaming. But yeah, definitely get to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. If you're out there in Gravity, Iowa, and Sharpsburg, Iowa, might get a new one for Clearfield areas here soon. I'm pretty sure the tornado touched down. Like, I'm pretty sure it did. I don't know if it's on the ground anymore, but I'm just watching Brandon Kopic's feed on Ryan Hall's stream, and it looks like it might have touched down. So it's pretty crazy. But Sharpsburg, Gravity, Iowa, you need to get indoors and away from windows. You need to get indoors and away from windows. And then farther down south, near Laredo, areas in Missouri, there's a severe thunderstorm warning out there with ping pong ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing some rotation trying to spin up there. So, yeah, definitely still watching Gravity, Iowa, though, the closest, as there's a tornado warning out there right now. So, definitely get indoors and get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building as there's a tornado warning out there. We do now have a tornado warning for Amherst, Nebraska. So we did just get a new tornado warning for Amherst, Nebraska, as there's some areas of rotation trying to come in to Amherst, Nebraska. So if you're in Amherst, Nebraska, you guys need to get to the interior room on the lowest floor of the building, as there has been a new tornado warning that has been issued for your area. That's going to be a rotation. You see these greens and these reds coming up against each other, and there's actually some broad rotation. You see some of those gray pixels. But just because it's broad rotation doesn't mean that it can't produce a tornado. But you still have a tornado warning in those areas, so definitely get indoors and away from windows. It's actually a new tornado warning. And that could have a flash flood threat with it, because there's a flash flood y'all watch out there. But doesn't have a flash flood warning yet. Sharpsburg, over towards Clearfield, you guys need to get indoors. If you're in Clearfield, you guys aren't in any warning right now. But Sharpsburg, you guys need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. In those areas, but I think we might get a new tornado warning for Clearfield areas and Diagonal as well. I think we might get a new tornado warning out there soon. So definitely watching that closely. Severe thunderstorm watch out here towards parts of the Ohio Valley. So, Newcastle, LaGrange, you guys are getting hit by the storm right now. Should be packing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel size hail right now. That's what it should be packing. But it's also going to go towards Sulphur, Campbellsburg, and Newcastle, and Bedford areas in Kentucky. You guys do need to get indoors and away from windows, as there's a severe thunderstorm warning for those areas. And we have two current tornado warnings. One is out here for Gravity, Sharpsburg, and Ladoga, Iowa. You guys need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. Then Amherst, Nebraska, there's also a tornado warning out here where we got some broad rotation trying to spin up here. Moving through those areas. Whoops. So definitely take shelter if you're in those areas. Definitely take shelter. But I wouldn't be surprised to get a new tornado warning for Conway, Marl Junction, and Clearfield areas in Iowa. I wouldn't be surprised to get a new tornado warning out there. There's just some rotation trying to spin up out there, so. Yeah. And then going down here to Missouri, we also got some of these storms out here that we've been talking about, trying to spin up some rotation. Wouldn't be surprised if we got a tornado warning with that storm either, so. It's trying to spin up some rotation there, so. Yeah, be prepared for that as it's trying to spin up some rotation. Let me see here. Let's see here. Alright. So, yeah, two current tornado warnings right now. One is out here in Nebraska, Amherst, Nebraska. There's a tornado warning as there's some broad rotation trying to come together here, right here. Amherst, Nebraska. And then there is another tornado warning for Gravity, Iowa. Rotation is kind of going towards Conway right now and those areas, so wouldn't be surprised to get a new tornado warning for Clearfield areas and Conway and Model Junction here soon. So, yeah, I'll be watching that. You can kind of see that hook, I think, right there. That might be the hook of the supercell, so. Yeah. That might be the hook of the supercell. To get special weather statement now for Madison areas and Indiana. You guys need to get indoors as there's a storm coming in with wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour and pea-sized hail. Whoops. Make sure, okay, we're good now. Let's go to this tornado warning in Nebraska. It's got a tornado warning for Amherst, Nebraska, so definitely get indoors and away from windows. It's more broad rotation, but definitely get indoors and away from windows. I think Gravity, Iowa, I think the main part of the rotation has kind of passed through you guys. Now it's kind of going towards Clearfield areas, which I wouldn't be surprised to get a new tornado warning out for some of those areas. Wouldn't be surprised. There's still some rotation trying to spin up out there. So, yeah. There's still some rotation trying to spin up. And that for parts of northern Missouri, there's a severe thunderstorm warning out here, as you can see there. Might have some rotation trying to come together there, but as of right now, it's packing 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But wouldn't be surprised to get a tornado warning with that storm, as it might be trying to rotate. Still got no one watching right now. Do we got anyone watching? Chat, do we got anyone watching? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Got a lot of storms out here right now, guys. Laredo, Browning areas, and Missouri. Wouldn't be surprised to get 21. I see some rotation trying to spin up there. That's a severe thunderstorm warning for now, though, with 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. There's a tornado warning, though, for Gravity and Sharpsburg areas in Iowa. Wouldn't be surprised to get a new one for Clearfield, as I think the main area of rotation is passed out of the tornado warning. So, yeah. Let's see here. Tornado from Amherst, Nebraska. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows. There's some broad rotation coming in, so get ready for that. And then Gravity, Iowa. I guess you got 20 warning, but I think the main area of the rotation is kind of already passed through. So, yeah. You get a new severe thunderstorm for 2-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts for Clearfield, Diagonal, Benton, and Malloy areas in Iowa. New severe thunderstorm warning for you guys. Get indoors and away from windows. I still see some rotation trying to come together here near Browning and Laredo, Missouri. So wouldn't be surprised to get tornado warning out there. We don't have one right now, though. We don't have one right now, but wouldn't be surprised to get one. Sorry if you heard that. It's my cat meow. Let's see here. If you're out here in Albion areas in Illinois, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows, as there's a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. So get ready for that. There's a tornado possible tag, as there might be some spin-up rotations trying to come together. So, yeah, the main concern, though, is going to be damaging winds. Definitely. And then if you're out in Owenton or Carrollton areas in Kentucky, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows. But if you're in Vevey, Indiana, you guys also need to get indoors and away from windows. They have let the tornado warning in Iowa expire, but we do have one for Amherst, Nebraska still. As there is some rotations still trying to come together. It's really broad, though. It's not that much of rotation, but we do have a tornado warning. It's more broad rotation, as you can see. That's what it looked like earlier, and then they issued the tornado warning. But yeah, still some broad rotation, so it's not going to be that concerning, but that can change. It's still capable of producing a tornado. It's still capable of producing a tornado. So yeah. Do you have tornado out here in Nebraska, Amherst, Nebraska? You guys need to get, you guys need to take shelter. So, yeah. Then we're definitely watching, like, we got a lot of thunderstorm warnings out there in Nebraska right now, to be honest with you guys. Give me 1 second here, guys. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. So watch some of these storms out here in Kansas. If you're in Goodland, Kansas, you guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning. Chance of ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts are coming in. I think I might try to produce a brief spin up. The storm might try to produce a tornado. Try to find a good traffic camera out here, but can't find one. You have tornado for Amherst, Nebraska, so definitely get to an interior room on the lowest floor building. Only have 502 people in that, though. Yeah, Amherst, you guys are not in that tornado warning anymore. You guys still got severe thunderstorm warning though, so 2-inch hail coming in, so definitely get indoors and away from windows. A dust storm warning has actually been issued for Burlington and Canardo areas, actually. So, Burlington, Colorado, and Canardo, Kansas, has a dust storm warning. So, dust storms lead to dangerous driving conditions with visibility reduced near zero. If driving, avoid dust storms if possible. If caught in one, pull off the road, turn off your lights, and keep your foot off the brake. A wall of dust. Less than a quarter-mile visibility with damaging wind in excess of 70 miles per hour. So, pretty big dust storm trying to come together out there, so get prepared for that. Be prepared for that. And the storm is still trying to form a hook. You can see right here, it's trying to form a hook right there. We'll see if this thing tries to produce a tornado. It's trying to, that's one thing. Let's go check out Missouri again. Browning. There still might be some rotation trying to come together there. It's not really anything too concerning. It's not really trying to rotate that much, so it's not the biggest area of rotation. Well, it's like it's a radar hole, but it's definitely trying to rotate, but we can't see it in very good detail though, since it's in more of a radar hole. There's not that much radar sites in that area. Still watching the storm, but near Gravity, Iowa, but it does not have a tornado warning anymore. Clearfield though, Diagonal, Benton. Whoops. you guys do need to get indoors and away from windows. It's just a thunderstorm warning. And I guess we do have a tornado warning out there. Never mind. In Iowa. So Benton and Malloy, Iowa, as well as Mount Ayr, Iowa. I guess you do need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. Is that new tornado warning? Is that like a new tornado warning or? But yeah, you guys do need to take shelter if you're out there, as there is a tornado warning in effect. So get ready for that. Parts of northern Missouri does have a severe thunderstorm warning, so like Browning. There might be some rotation trying to come together here, but we can't see it in very good detail. But watching that as well. Watching that storm as well. But we do have a new tornado warning now for Benton, Malloy, and Mount Ayr areas. In Iowa, you guys have a tornado warning, so you guys need to be getting into an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. This is going to be a rotation right here. This is going to be the rotation that's trying to come together. Right there. That's going to be the rotation. So definitely get ready for that rotation right there. This is the only tornado warning that we have right now. Is that tornado warning in Mount Ayr, Iowa. We don't have anyone watching right now. Chat, do we got anyone watching? I don't think we do. Alright, let's see here. Tornado warning. I wonder if everyone's kind of busy right now. Some of the people that normally watch my streams, maybe they're busy. Maybe that's why there's not that much viewers right now. But Malloy, Benton, Mount Ayr, areas in Iowa. You guys do need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor building. So there's a tornado warning and hail up to 2 inches in diameter. So, yeah, you guys need to be in your safe spots for the next 45 minutes. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. We have not been live for an hour yet. We've been live for 55 minutes, though. Let's check in with some of our storms down here towards the Ohio Valley. If you're in Carrollton to Owington, Kentucky, you guys need to be getting indoors and away from windows. The storm is on the way, okay? I can tell you that. The storm is on the way, producing some pretty strong winds, actually. It's also producing some quarter-size hail. So 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with it. So yeah, some pretty strong winds. 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. The tornado threat is very low with that storm, but it's not zero. Tornado threat is low with that storm, but it's not zero. Still got a 2% tornado risk out here. So yeah, definitely watching that closely. Lastly, a brief spin-up tornado cannot be rolled out in the Ohio Valley today, as they have added that 2% tornado risk. So yeah. Put this back to here. The tornado warning out here in Iowa still. If you're in Benton, Malloy, or Mount Ayr, Iowa, you guys need to be taking shelter. You need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. Some rotation trying to come together here. So, yeah, that's why there's a tornado warning there. We might also have to watch this storm near Corning very closely. Corning, just to be clear, you guys do need to get indoors and away from windows, as there's a considerable damage tag with this, with golf ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But this storm also might be trying to rotate near Gravity again in Iowa. So the main part of the rotation in Gravity, Iowa, will probably it probably won't hit Gravity, Iowa directly, but it might go just north of it. So what's up, Michigan? What's up, Miles? What's up, Miles? How are you doing? We haven't had too much people watch today's stream, so yeah, welcome. Welcome. Anyways, we're mainly focusing on this tornado warning out here in Mount Ayr areas in Iowa. So what the 3D radar looks like on this. It's pretty cool looking. But yeah, watching that storm out there. But yeah. And this is the only tornado warning that we have right now. Benton, Malloy, and Mount Ayr, Iowa. That's going to be where the only tornado warning is at right now. So, yeah, definitely get to the interior room on the lowest floor of the building. We have 24 severe thunderstorm warnings and 1 tornado warning currently. Stratton, you guys over there in Colorado, the main part of the storm has kind of passed through, but now it's kind of going towards Burlington and Bethune, Colorado. This storm has 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. The storm has measured a wind gust as high as 68 miles per hour. Areas of blowing dust are occurring as the winds arrive. So we got some blowing dust and dust storm problems out here, though, as well, in parts of northwestern Kansas and northeastern Colorado. So, yeah, I'm also watching that closely there. We did just get a large, considerable damage tag for Goodland areas in Kansas, so definitely get ready for that. There is Goodland, there's 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming, and you guys need to get indoors and away from windows immediately. I wish this traffic camera worked, guys. Alright, Miles said, I'm good watching a wildfire that started near me yesterday. Still smoldering or burning, but can't see much smoke. Can't see much smoke, just ground smoke. It's windy right now, so it flares and burns. The wind will carry it. Are they trying to fight the fire? Are they trying to fight the fire? Hopefully they get it under control. Hopefully they get that wildfire under control. But anyways, yeah, only 120 warning right now. Benton, Mount Ayr, Malloy areas in Iowa, there's tornado and hail up to 2 inches in diameter. So you guys need to get in your safe spots for the next 40 minutes. Whoops. To my house and I'll leave. And I'll have 1 hour to pack evacuate if it does blow up. Alright. Yeah, prayers for you, Miles. I hope they get the wildfire under control, and I hope everything goes well. I hope everything goes well out there. I really hope everything goes well out there. Yeah. But yeah, definitely be prepared to evacuate, though. Because who knows if that thing will get worse. Ooh, yeah, I've got some rotation still continuing out here in Browning areas and Purdon areas out there. It does not have a tornado warning right now over there in Missouri, but it might need one. It might need one here soon. The wind is blowing 30 to 50 miles per hour, so if it blows up, I'm cooked. The wind is blowing straight at me. Dang. Yeah, like you need winds for it to spread faster, so yeah, I hope everything goes well. But Browning, yeah, you can see that we got some contaminated, of course, areas of rotation, but can't see very well because there's radar sight. There's not that much radar sights around that, so it's a radar hole. But we do have a potential to get a tornado warning out here. So we still got a decent area of rotation out there, so we'll be watching that very closely, and I'll keep you guys updated. I will keep you guys updated. Well, this is what it's looking like right now. Aren't you in Storm Chase Present by this car? I send you the photo on it. Off it. My parents don't allow me to use Discord yet, sadly, but yeah. Parents don't allow me to use Discord right now. Benton, Malloy, and Mount Ayr has a tornado warning right now for the next 38 minutes for tornado and hail up to 2 inches in diameter. That's going to be your rotation right there. Right here. Oh. Well, wait, it's on my channel. I forgot. Let's see here. Let me check out your channel real quick. Whoa, that's a big wildfire. Can I show the your community post that you did on here? On the live stream? The picture that you sent? But wow, looks like a pretty big wildfire out there in Alaska. Dang, those mountains are cool. Okay, thank you. Let me show you guys a picture of a wildfire. I don't know who else is watching, but let me just pull this up here. Look at this, guys. 5-acre wildfire out there in Alaska. This is crazy. Look at that thing. That's crazy. Yeah, tornado did try to touch down out there in Iowa, but yeah, looks like it did. It's not 8 acres, by the way. Hopefully they get that thing under control. It's a pretty crazy looking wildfire out there. Wow. Close this here. Thanks for letting me show you that. That's a crazy looking wildfire. 8 acres now. Wow. It's a big wildfire. Benton Mount areas in Iowa, you guys need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. They're not here in parts of northern Missouri like Browning, Missouri, Enterprise, and Purdue, Missouri. We got some rotation that might be trying to come together here, which I wouldn't rule out a tornado warning being issued for this. As of right now, it's in a radar hole, so don't got too much radar sites in that area. So we can't see the storm that detailed through the radar. Amherst, Nebraska, you guys do need to be indoors and away from windows and stuff, but you guys got 2-inch hail coming in, and you don't have a tornado warning anymore. You do not have a tornado warning anymore, so I'm getting a little nervous because if it does blow up, I won't have much time to prepare. Yeah. Do you have like all of your stuff like ready to evacuate? Like do you have like? Oh my goodness. Like, do you have everything like ready to evacuate? Like packed up just in case you have to leave? No, yeah, I probably should. Yeah. Yeah. We don't get that much wildfires. I'm in Ohio and we don't get that much wildfires, I don't think. So. Yeah. Let's see here. Goodland, Kansas. The storm went through your area. I'm trying to charge my phone so I get alerts and other things. Yeah. It's up there in Alaska. What's going on out there in Anchorage areas? Let's see. Yeah. Sometimes you can see smoke on radar, but yeah. It's kind of cool to see smoke on the radar. Surprised to get a wildfire this close and early. Yeah. Benton Mount Air, Malloy, Iowa. You guys need to be taking cover. Tornado warning, tornado and hail up to 2 inches in diameter right now out there. So get to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. Severe thunderstorm warning with medium confidence. No, severe thunderstorm y'all watch. My bad. With medium confidence out there for Humiston areas in Iowa. Wow. They have issued a destructive severe thunderstorm warning now for Brewster, Kansas. If you're in Brewster, Kansas, this is a unbelievably dangerous situation, as there is baseball-sized hail coming in. This is destructive type of hail. People and animals outdoors will be severely injured. Expect shattered windows, extensive damage to roofs and siding and vehicles. For your protection, move to an interior room or a lowest floor building. The storm is producing large hail. Seek shelter now inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. Large hail, damaging wind, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring with the storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning. If you go do watch duty, you can look at updates from it. Watch duty. Wait, do I just go and search up watch duty? Watch duty wildfire map. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Is it the... Oh, it's the Kili? Is that how you say that city name? Kili? Wildfire? This one right here. The fire was updated at 7:25 p.m. The fire was mapped at 8.2 acres Saturday morning. Additional firefighters are being deployed to the fire burning about 5 miles southeast of Funny River. Funny River. But, yeah. Wow. Kili fire? Okay. Kili. Man, hopefully they get everything under control. Good thing there's firefighters out there. The size of the fire has been adjusted to... Wow. Yeah, I'll be watching that fire closely there. Move that over here. But yeah. Brewster, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows. There's destructive baseball-sized hail coming in. Oh, we did get a tornado warning in Missouri now. Tornado warning is now in effect for Browning, Enterprise, and Purdon, Missouri. You guys need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. That's going to be your contaminated rotation right there. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. And you get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building if you're out there in Purdon, Enterprise, or Browning, Missouri. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows. You guys need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. And up here in Iowa, we still got that tornado warning out there. Benton, Mount Ayr, Iowa, you guys need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. It's tornado warning and golf ball size hail, and that tornado warning is in effect for the next 29 minutes. So definitely get to your safe spot for the next 29 minutes. I'm going to go check on it from my house. Be right back. All right. Let's see here. It's crazy that you can see it from your house. That would be pretty crazy. But yeah. Browning, Purdon, and Enterprise, Missouri are now under a new tornado warning. So you guys do need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Sorry I haven't been focusing on Kentucky very much, but Owenton up to Warsaw, Kentucky, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows, as there is quarter-sized hail coming in along with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So get ready for that. Minor hail damage to vehicles is possible. Expect wind damage to trees and power lines if you're out there. two tornado warnings currently, and 20 severe thunderstorm warnings. One of the tornado warnings is for Benton and Mount Ayr, Iowa, so you need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building if you're up there for the next 27 minutes. There's a tornado warning as well as golf ball size hail. Now here for Browning and Enterprise Purdon and Purdon, there's a tornado warning for hail up to 2 inches in diameter, and there is some rotation out there, so get ready for that. That's going to be a rotation right there. It's contaminated a little bit because there's not too much radar sites near that area. Not too much radar sites near that area. Let me see here. Yeah, the Keeley fire was updated 8 minutes ago. It's active, so yeah. Still got tornado watch if you're in these flashing dark red areas. There's a tornado watch as there's conditions out there that are favorable for tornadoes. There's the conditions are favorable for tornadoes out there in northern Missouri and southern Iowa. So get prepared for that if you're in that dark red polygon. What's up, Pete? How you doing? How you doing? We've been live streaming for 1 hour and 15 minutes. But how you doing? We've got 2 current tornado warnings right now. One is for Browning and Enterprise in Purdon, Missouri, as there is tornado and hail up to 2 inches in diameter, and there's also a tornado warning up here for Benton and Mount Ayr, Iowa. So if you're in those areas, get to your interior models for building. Good to hear, Pete. Good to hear. Good to hear. Let's see here. If you're just tuning in, we're doing live coverage for an enhanced risk of severe storms out here in parts of southern Nebraska, northwestern Kansas. Pretty much this whole area we're doing live coverage for this whole area. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Whoops, that's what we're doing. And we do actually have a special weather statement down here in Florida right now. I actually just realized. So yeah, Bronson, Florida, 40-mile-per-hour winds and pea-size, 40 to 50-mile-per-hour winds and pea-size hail coming in. So yeah, and then we have 2 tornado warnings right now. Now we actually got 3 tornado warnings right now. 3 tornado warnings actually in effect right now. One is over there in Chula, Laredo areas in Missouri. That's one of them. That's a new one. That's just some rotation trying to come together there. So watching that one. And then Browning and Purdon, there's also one out there in Missouri. So get to an interior room on a lowest floor building. And you also got this tornado warning for Benton and Mount Ayr, Iowa. There's some rotation in those areas, so take shelter as well. I think the main rotation might be going towards Malloy, actually. I think that might be where the main areas of rotation are. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure the storm actually produced a tornado earlier. A brief spin up, I think, so. Saw on one of the storm chasers feed. Hopefully the fire stays away from Miles' house. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Hope they get under control and everything like that. We have 4 tornado warnings right now, actually, guys. Where's our new one? We have 3 tornado warnings. I don't know why it says 4, but something's going on with the tornado up here. I don't know if there's like what's going on up here, but yeah. So it says on the tornado warning out here, the tornado thunderstorm which prompted the warning is moved out of the warned area. Therefore, the warning has been canceled. So Benton and Mount area, the rotation moved out of the area, so they canceled that tornado warning. So yeah, you still guys need to be getting indoors and away from windows, though, as you guys have a severe thunderstorm warning for 2-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a new one that comes out for Iowa. Tingley, Iowa. Tornado warning for Chula in Laredo, Missouri. There's a tornado warning out there. You can see there might be a little hook trying to come down. And then you can see that rotation. And then there's a tornado warning for Browning and Purdon, Missouri. As you can see that there's some rotation out there. So definitely get to an interior room. Whoops. And get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. If you're out there in those tornado warnings. Let's go back out here to Kentucky, Owenton. Storm should be moving in right now. If you're in Owenton, Kentucky. So definitely get indoors and away from windows. But if you're in Warsaw, Glencoe, Verona, Dry Ridge, or Needmore, Kentucky, if you're in those areas, you guys do need to be getting indoors and away from windows if you're out there. So yeah. 3 current tornado warnings right now, guys. Browning, Enterprise, and Purdon, Missouri has a tornado warning, so get to an interior room in the lowest floor of the building. And then Laredo and Chula, Missouri has a tornado warning, so get to an interior room in the lowest floor of the building. And then Mount Ayr, Benton, you guys have a tornado warning as well. Tornado and golf ball set sail. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. Did we just get a tornado warning out here in Kansas? Yeah, we have a tornado warning out here in Kansas now. That one storm near Goodland, Kansas has started to spin up some more. That hook is really starting to come together now out here. So, yeah, that's going to be the rotation right here. It's really starting to come together. That's the rotation. So, if you're places just west of Brewster, areas in Kansas, you need to be taking shelter. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. There's a tornado warning for that rotation that I circled right there. Brewster, you guys still need to be getting indoors and away from windows, though, as there's some storms. As there's a storm coming through right now, having baseball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is a bit dangerous situation if you're in Brewster. Let's see if this works right here. Oh wow. You can see the traffic camera right here that is inside of the tornado warning right now, guys. This is the traffic camera that is inside of the tornado warning. So that's what it's looking like out there. Wow. Look at that. Pretty crazy storm. And that's going to be rotation. It's a decent area of rotation. The radar site is right here, though. This is the radar site. But that's going to be the rotation right there. You can see that hook trying to form with the storm as well. You can also see that hook. There's a tornado warning continuing for Benton and Mount Ayr, Iowa. That's going to be the rotation right there. You get to an interior room in the lowest floor building. So I guess that tornado warning is still going to be continuing out there in Iowa. So continue to stay in your safe spots. Browning, Enterprise, and Purdon, Missouri. You guys have a tornado warning though, so you guys need to get indoors. You guys need to get to an interior room in the lowest floor building. If you're in Chula or Laredo areas in Missouri, if you're in those areas, you guys need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor building as well, as there's a tornado warning. That is going to be a tornado and hail up to 2 inches. And that's going to be the rotation right there. That's going to be the rotation. So, yeah. And then tornado warning out here in Kansas right now as well. This storm is the one that went through Goodland that had like a hook trying to form on it. But now it's actually like doing a pretty big hook and now it has some decent rotation on it as well. So, definitely take shelter out there. This is going to be the rotation right here. That's going to be the rotation right there. So, yeah. That storm has a tornado warning now. We have 4 current tornado warnings right now. Laredo, and Shula, Missouri. You guys need to get to your safe spots immediately. There's some rotation in those areas right now. It's going to be the main area, though, right there. And then Browning and Purdon. You guys also need to be taking shelter. Let's check out some of our severe thunderstorm warnings that we got in Nebraska. We got one for Pleasanton, Amherst, and Satoria, Nebraska. So you guys need to get indoors and away from windows, as there's a storm with tennis ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in right now. So get ready for that. Gothenburg and Kozad areas in Nebraska has a severe thunderstorm warning right now. Golf ball size hail coming in. Golf ball size hail coming in. So, yeah. Let's check out this storm back here. Tornado warning for places near Champion areas in Nebraska. Tornado warning out there. There's going to be 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and $50 size hail coming into those areas. Do I have Mesoscale discussions enabled, guys? Let's see. I don't. Wow. My bad. My bad. Let's see here. Let me enable this. Okay. What's up, Reed's Weather Center? How you doing? How's the trying to get the YouTube channel back? How's it going with that? No observed yet. No observed yet. We had a decent amount of tornado warnings, though, but no observed ones, I don't think. You did nothing wrong, but I doubt they will give it back. Yeah. So that's why I made this channel. Yeah, that is very unfair. Yeah, you're using a new Gmail. So, we got some of the storm warnings right now, but that's kind of going to turn into a line of storms. That's probably going to be causing embedded tornadoes with it, potentially, so, yeah. Okay. Storm Chasers Fast and 5, take that back. We do have a observed tornado warning now. It's the first observed tornado warning of the day. A tornado is on the ground west of Brewster, Kansas. You guys need to be taking shelter immediately. There is a tornado that is confirmed, and we have one on the ground. I guess this is what the traffic camera is looking like out there. It's like the camera traffic, so yeah. Reed's Weather Center, are you gonna start going like do weather content on that channel? No. That's really sad that the other one got deleted though, because he had like a lot of subscribers on it. Okay, cool. This observed tornado out here is by weather spotters. A brief tornado was reported near mile marker 26 along Interstate 70 in Sherman County. So, yeah, observed tornado out there on the ground. And at the top left, that's a traffic camera of that tornado. So, yeah. You can see the wall cloud, I think, right here. You guys see that? See this cloud right here, guys? See the wall cloud? Might go live for the 15% tour risk, yeah. Wait, how much subscribers do you have on that channel, though? Can you even go live if you have? subscribers. Let me see. Hey, it's from Church. Bro, I didn't subscribe to that channel yet. My bad. I subscribed though. You need 50 subscribers, sadly. $50 subscribers, sadly. I mean, it's not that much, but yeah. Unless we can somehow get you 50 subscribers today. That's sad. Dude, how do we get Storm Chasers Fast 75 50 subscribers before tomorrow? How do we do that, guys? You should just buy subscribers. Honestly, at this point. Yeah, still confirmed tornado on the ground out here by weather spotters. West of Brewster areas in Kansas. So yeah. Observed tornado warning. Just subbed. Cruz should be able to help with all his subs. Yeah, Cruz. There's more smoke on the binoculars. Rising. Not noticeable on the naked. Heavily. Chula, Laredo areas in Missouri. There's a 20 warning out there, so definitely take shelter. Get to an interior room of those 4th building. I'll shout your channel out. I'll shout your channel out, Storm Chasers Fast 75 after the stream. Actually, I might make a post about it. Let me see here. Community post. Oh, let's see here. Oh, I can't mention you on that. Alright, anyways. Yeah, I was gonna shout you out on my community post, but can't mention your channel. Observed tornado warning out here west of Brewster areas in Kansas. So, yeah. Confirmed tornado on the ground. I don't know if it's on the ground anymore, but still observed, so definitely take shelter. What's going on with the velocities here, guys? I hope the fire gets under control. Yeah, hopefully the fire gets under control out there. Hopefully it gets under control. If this wildfire gets going due to the wind, I'll have 1 hour to evacuate. Yeah, this is the fire that's going on out there in Keeley. So yeah. Yeah. It's really close to you. Yeah, it was updated 26 minutes ago. Not good containment, so yeah. That's what it's looking like though right there. Move that out. The weather intensity. This is the weather intensity score right now, guys. It's pretty insane. Let me show you guys the weather intensity score. This is the weather intensity score right now. It's above the threshold. We're at 137. Major event going on right now, guys. So yeah, major severe weather outbreak going on right now. A lot of severe thunderstorm warnings that we got. 18 severe thunderstorm warnings. We had like 20 earlier. And then 4 tornado warnings. So, yeah. 4 tornado warnings currently. And then one of them is observed west of Brewster, Kansas. Browning, Enterprise, and Purdon, Missouri. You guys still got a tornado warning. I think the main area of rotation has actually went out of those areas already, but still need to get to an interior room on the low swerve building for the next 22 minutes. There's tornado and hail up to 2 inches in diameter. Chula and Laredo, Missouri. Also, you guys also need to be taking shelters. There's a tornado warning out there. I have some rotation trying to come together there. Jamesport, there's a storm developing back there. There might be some rotation trying to form around Jamesport. So yeah, might need a new tornado warning for that. It's small right now, at least. Yeah, kind of small. It's growing though. It's growing. It was like 5 anchors, I think, not too long ago, but now it's like 8 anchors. So 8 acres. That's pretty crazy. West of Brewster, Kansas, there is a observed tornado warning continuing out here. There's just a tornado on the ground. That's going to be your rotation right there. So an observed tornado on the ground. That's the rotation. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, wow. Look at that tightened up rotation. This is now a EDS severe thunderstorm warning right now. It's an extremely dangerous situation out here, guys. It's an unbelievably dangerous situation. Which one is... Which one is this one? Where's the extremely dangerous situation severe thunderstorm warning? Oh, that one right there. Goodland, this is a very dangerous situation right now. Same for Brewster. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows immediately. There's a extremely dangerous situation, which is a EDS severe thunderstorm warning. 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts right now. And this is having like dusty type of stuff going on with it too. So like there's a dust storm warning out there earlier. And we got a tightened up area of rotation near Edson areas in Kansas with a traffic camera. Look at this. When is this thing gonna update, bro? When is this thing gonna update? New channel will have a face cam, most likely. Okay, cool. Because YT said I had to stream with a parent. On stream. Yeah. Dang, look at this area of rotation. I don't know if this thing's gonna update, but look at this area of rotation. I really wish that traffic camera would update, but near Edson, we got a dangerous area of rotation going on out there. Still observed tornado warning. So definitely watching that storm very closely. So, what do you mean? Let me see here, my enable split screen. Okay, there. That's the area of rotation right there. Out there. Guess I have a face cam. Yeah. That'd be cool if you have a face cam. I'm definitely watching this storm very closely though. That's what split view is looking like. We have three current tornado warnings right now. Chula, Laredo, Missouri. There's still a tornado warning right out here right now. So get to an interior room in a low swerve building. There's a tornado and 2-inch hail. Stay in your safe spot for the next let's see, stay in your safe spot for the next 2 minutes. And then the tornado warning will expire. And still got tornado warning up here in Iowa, Mount Ayr and Benton, Iowa. There's a tornado warning, so you guys need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building if you're in those areas. And then there's a confirmed tornado on the ground west of Brewster, Kansas. There's a confirmed tornado on the ground west of Brewster, Kansas right now, so definitely take shelter. That's the area of rotation that we've been watching very closely there. This is kind of like where the rotation went. It's like, and then it went like right down there. That's kind of like the path of where that rotation went. So now let's take a look at this thing right here. Still not updating. Still not updating. Auto refreshes every 30 seconds, but it's not refreshing. It doesn't seem like, unfortunately. But that's an observed tornado warning right now out there. Observed tornado warning. And then Colby, Kansas, there's a severe thunderstorm warning for you guys right now. Chance balls, high hail, and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts in those areas. And 2-inch hail for Colby. Check out this traffic camera. It's not loading in. Man, traffic camera is not loading in for some reason. Out there. Take a look at our Kentucky storms. There is a severe thunderstorm warning now for Williamstown, but there's like a new one though for like Falmouth areas in Kentucky now, so you guys need to get indoors and away from windows. Same thing for Butler though, and Goforth and Fiskburg, Walton, Kentucky. Also, you need to get indoors and away from windows. Storm is moving into Dry Ridge, Crittenton, and Verona right now. So definitely get indoors and away from windows if you're there. Tornado threat is very low with the storm, but it's not zero. It's not zero. It's low, but not zero. The current situation is that we have 3 tornado warnings and 26 severe thunderstorm warnings, with 1 EDS severe thunderstorm warning and 1 observed tornado warning right now. So that's what's going on. And then we have a tornado watch for parts of southwestern Iowa and northern Missouri, where tornadoes are possible with probability of 2 or more tornadoes moderate 60% and a probability of 1 or more strong EF to the EF5 tornadoes being moderate 40%. And then severe thunderstorm watch in parts of southern Nebraska, northern Kansas, and northeastern Colorado. There's a severe thunderstorm watch out there. Conditions are favorable for severe thunderstorms in the severe thunderstorm watch, and conditions are favorable for tornadoes in the tornado watch. Let's go back. We only have 1 tornado warning now, guys. The only tornado warning that we have right now is a Brewster one. West of Brewster, there's an observed tornado on the ground right now, so definitely take shelter if you're out there. The area of rotation looks like it kind of let up a little bit, actually, in the new scan. You can see that it was decently tight earlier, but now it's kind of, actually it's still continuing right down there. Is this thing gonna refresh, bro? Oh my gosh. Dude. Wish we could see that on the traffic camera there. But observed tornado warning out there. Kobe, the storm is moving into those areas as well right now. If you're in Kobe, Kansas, you need to get indoors and away from windows. Observed tornado warning out here. Kobe, I'd watch out for the storm that has the tornado warning to the west of you. That could come into your area, but yeah. One tornado warning right now, and that 1 tornado warning is observed. And we're still watching some of these storms in northern Missouri right now. So yeah. Browning, south of Browning might have a few spin-ups. South and southwest of Browning. Areas in Missouri. So, yeah. a pretty big radar hole, so can't see that much details of that storm through the radar. So, yeah, severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for Mount Ayer and Kellerton areas in Iowa. There's a severe thunderstorm warning out there, as there's golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in, so definitely get indoors and away from windows. Definitely get indoors and away from windows. North of Kearney, Nebraska needs to be indoors and away from windows. 10 spot size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Checking out velocities here. Check out velocity. It's not working. See, they might have a little bit of rotation that might be trying to come together there, which is why there's a tornado possible tag on that storm. Might be some rotation trying to come together. So, we'll be watching that closely there. And then Cairo, there's a storm moving into Cairo areas in Nebraska. If you're in Cairo, Nebraska, you do need to be indoors and away from windows, though, right now. But there's a storm coming in there. A 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-size hail. The tornado threat is very low on that storm, but it's not zero. Not really any rotation with it. Very broad rotation, if there is any. It's the only tornado that we have right now is observed down here in Kansas. So, west of Brewster, Kansas, there is a observed tornado warning as there's a tornado on the ground right now. So, definitely take shelter. And finally, this thing updated. Finally. At like 8, I think. Let me see this real quick. Yeah, this tornado was near this traffic camera, but this traffic camera finally updated. It looks like it was raining out there, so yeah. Still observed tornado warning. I don't know if we have a tornado on the ground anymore. We got this little spin up here though, that little area of rotation as well. So we have a new velocity scan yet with this, yeah. So yeah, watching that little area, but I don't think it's anything too concerning. So yeah, one tornado ring right now, and it's observed. One tornado ring right now, and it is observed. Still here, 6-7. Just not chatting that much. Yeah, you're good. You're good, Reed. You're good. Give me 1 second here. We've been live for 1 hour and 45 minutes, but give me 1 second. You're watching Mets versus Yankees and also hockey. Cool. I like hockey, to be honest with you. Who's playing right now in hockey? Yeah, one tornado ring right now is observed out there in Kansas. Montreal versus Buffalo. Cool. Montreal Canadiens versus Buffalo Sabres. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Yeah, 121 right now, and that's in Kansas, and it's observed. Take shelter if you're out there. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. I'm probably going to take a break here, guys, to be honest. With the break in some of the severe weather. Well, not a break, but there is still some storms out there. With the break in the 20 warnings, but yeah, I will be right back, guys. And I am going to take a small break. I'll be back here very soon, though. Won't be that long. Won't be a big break. It'll be like, I don't know how long, but it just won't be that long. I will be right back, and yeah. Here's some music. Wait, here's better music. am back. What's up, everybody? Not a very long break at all, but I'm back. Kearney up to Pleasanton, Nebraska has a CV Thunderstorm running right now. Has a 20 possible tag, mainly because of maybe some brief spin up rotations. So, yeah. This might be something that we have to pay attention to. It's probably contaminated right here, guys. See that? But, yeah. Watching that area. We don't have a tornado warning down here near Goodland anymore. But we do have maybe some rotation trying to form up here. Maybe even a little area right here. So, yeah. That's kind of what's going on with the tornado warnings and stuff like that. No tornado warnings actually though right now. So, yeah. No tornado warnings. No current tornado warnings. We got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings, so that's one thing. We have 21 severe thunderstorm warnings currently, so that's pretty crazy. There is a tornado watch continuing in southwestern Iowa and parts of northern Missouri, though. It's one thing. But mainly just severe thunderstorm warnings out here right now. So, yeah. A few tornadoes likely with a couple intense tornadoes possible. That's what that tornado watch is saying out there. So, yeah. I'm gonna refresh this real quick. Okay, let's see. Have a severe thunderstorm watch out here as well. Okay, there we go. Load it in. Let's load in the severe thunderstorm watch. I need to see what it says. Probability of 2 or more tornadoes low 20%. Probably 1 more strong tornadoes. EF2 to EF5 tornadoes low 10%. So that's kind of what that severe thunderstorm watch is for out there. So, yeah. Got a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings. There's a evacuation immediate in New Mexico, guys. Why? Oh, due to wildfire. Let's take another look at oh, that's reflectivity. Yes, okay, there we go. Let's take a look at some of our storms in northern Missouri. At Trenton, Missouri, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows. There's a severe thunderstorm warning in effect in those areas. But you can see, whoops, you can see an area of potential rotation trying to come together with in that area as well. But there is a severe thunderstorm warning for quarter-sized hail, 60 mile per wind gust and quarter-sized hail though in that area. So yeah, in Gilman City, Missouri, you guys also need to be getting indoors and away from windows with as there's 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail coming in. Maybe even a potential for some rotation as well trying to come in. So be ready for that as well. It's probably contaminated though a little bit. So yeah. Avalanche are doing good beat. Yes. 0 miles. Browning down to Linneus, areas in Iowa have a severe in Missouri, my bad, have a severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, the Avalanche, I know the Avalanche team. And Utah has a team, the newer one. did get a, what kind of warning is this? Flash flood warning out for Browning. So get to higher ground if you're in Browning or Linnaeus, as there's a flash flood warning. No tornado warnings right now, just to let you guys know. If you're in Mount Air, Iowa, you still need to get indoors and away from windows. If you're near that area as well, there's a golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Trained weather spotters reported golf ball size hail flying in Mount Air at 7:15 p.m. Wow. That's pretty crazy. There is a severe thunderstorm warning, though, for DeWitt in Nebraska, so get indoors and away from windows, as there's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter size hail coming in. So, yeah. Let's go back down here to Goodland, Kansas. We don't have a tornado warning out there anymore. But, yeah, I have an area of brief spin-up rotation trying to form out here near Brewster, but it's not that concerning, I don't think. Colby, the storm is moving in there. Colby, with 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, so definitely get indoors and away from windows. I'm seeing if any of these traffic cameras are working. I thought that one was gonna work, but it didn't. Okay. Yeah, the traffic cameras don't work, sadly. Let's take another look at some of our storms out here. There is a special weather statement for Amelia in Batavia, Ohio. There's a special weather statement out there, so I get indoors. That storm doesn't look too bad though for those areas, but get indoors if you're out there. See what the traffic camera looks like in the special weather statement. Yeah, the storm out there in Ohio is nothing crazy. But the storm down south towards Farmouth is kind of crazy, as there is a severe thunderstorm warning with that. So definitely get indoors and away from windows. There's a 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny size hail. If you're in Williamstown, the storm is going to pass through those areas. You guys will hear some lightning though, some thunder. The storm is going to kind of move towards Brooksville. It's been downgraded though to special weather statement with wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour and half-inch hail. This is a special weather statement for Carlisle. Areas in Kentucky, there's a special weather statement out there though for 40-mile-per-hour winds, so get indoors if you're out there. And we're monitoring our situation out here in Goodland, Kansas areas. We're monitoring these storms very closely, and we're monitoring for potential spin-up rotations that are trying to form out here, guys. I'll keep you guys updated with any CC drops with debris signatures that we might see, and potential rotations. But right now, I'm mainly looking at this little area of spin-up and this little area of some potential spin-up rotation. As of right now, it does not seem like they have any debris signatures, so that's good. And they are not tornado warned right now. But they could be here soon, so be prepared for that. And they do have severe thunderstorm warnings though, so definitely get indoors and away from windows. There's a 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, so that's a considerable damage threat with that. There's some storms coming up to Greeley Center areas in Nebraska, so yeah, it's gonna be having 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail with it, so get ready for that if you're out there. Been live streaming for 2 hours and 5 minutes. Binkelman down to Bird City, Kansas. If you're in Bird City, Kansas, Binkelman, Nebraska, you need to be indoors and away from windows, as there is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter size hail coming in. Let me see if I can see what the fire update is on the Keeley Fire Map. Watch duty. Any new updates? Updated 1 hour ago. Alright. Power outage. Let's see some power outages. See what's going on with that. Okay. We'll give you guys a look at some of the power outages that are going on right now. Let me see if I can pull this in. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Might be able to do it now. Where's that new window capture go? Give me 1 second here, guys. Put this back. Okay, let's see here. Okay, here's the power outage map. We got everything working now. Nebraska, there is some customers out in 86 in Polk County. So, yeah. I don't know if that's like that weather related or anything like that. Switch over to here and see this. It's what the weather intensity score is looking like right now, seems like. So, yeah. Let's see if there's any report type of stuff going on. Top 10 reports. Some of the reports right now that are going on out there. So, yeah, that's kind of what's going on with that. Alright, let's close this out. I'll just give you guys a look at kind of what's kind of going on right now. Wood River, Shelton, and Kennesaw, Nebraska needs to be getting indoors and away from windows. There's 2-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming into those areas. So get ready for that. Still watching these storms in northern Missouri. This storm right here might need a tornado warning. Honestly, looks like it's trying to rotate. But it might be contaminated a little bit as there's not that much radar sites. Storm does have a severe thunderstorm warning though for Gilman City and Brimpson areas. In Missouri, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows as there's ping pong ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in. Chittenden and Galt areas in Missouri also needs to be getting indoors and away from windows as there's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail coming in. So yeah. That's what's going on with that. Let's see. Let's see here. Let me enable something. Enable the elevators and the all tracks. There we go. There is a tornado damage area confirmed in Bethany down to Linneus areas in Missouri. Look at that hail. Yeah, hail. Is that meant to be tornado damage area, or was that supposed to be like hail damage area? Might have been a tornado near gravity. The severity weak. And confidence confirmed. So yeah, weak tornado potentially touched down. Well, a weak tornado did touch down near Gravity, Iowa, so yeah. So watching Brewster, but doesn't seem like anything too crazy going on out there. It does have a yaw watch, though, tornado yaw watch, but I don't think that's anything crazy. Kobe, storm moved through already. You guys are under severe thunderstorm warning still. There's 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts in those areas. It's kind of what some of the tornado tracks that we could have had with the tornado damage tracks. It's like there has been a confirmed tornado with weak severity though. So yeah. It's kind of a tornado. That's a tornado damage track right there. So we did have a tornado. Actually, we had a confirmed tornado touchdown out there near Edson, Kansas. So just update there on what's going on with that. So it's confirmed that we did get a tornado touchdown out there near Edson, Kansas. Near Edson, Kansas. We did get a tornado touchdown out there. For an Ethel, there is 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in with a considerable damage threat. As you can see, that storm right there coming in. So definitely get indoors and away from windows. The tornado threat is pretty low with this storm, but it's not zero. So definitely watching that storm very closely. Let's kind of just cycle through some of these warnings. So if you're in Hatfield, Irena, or in those areas in Missouri, down to Grant City and Denver, Worth, Missouri, Eagleville, Martinsville, Missouri. If you're in those areas, you need to be getting indoors and away from windows as there's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail coming in. So be prepared for that. And then let's go down to our severe thunderstorm warning out here. Bird City, Kansas. You guys have a severe thunderstorm warning right now, so you need to get indoors and away from windows. As there is ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in. I think the main part of the storm has kind of passed through already. For Mount Ayer, I think the main part of the storm has kind of passed through your area already. There's going to be some lightning though. But if you're in Kellerton, you need to get indoors and away from windows as you're under a severe thunderstorm warning. That's a golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in. So get ready for that. Get indoors and away from windows. And then let's go down to Nebraska. If you're in Primrose, Nebraska, you need to get indoors and away from windows as there's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail coming into those areas. So definitely get indoors and away from windows for the next 26 minutes if you are out there within those areas. As you can see right here, that's kind of what the storms are looking like. They're going to be up there pretty soon. They're going to be going into those areas pretty soon. If you're in Cairo, Nebraska, you need to get indoors and away from windows as there's a storm moving into that area right now, as it's packing quarter-sized hail with it. So get prepared for that. Low tornado threat with it. There's a very low tornado threat with it. And so, yeah. Get indoors and away from windows if you're out there. If you're in Blockton, Iowa, you need to get indoors and away from windows. If you're in Blockton, Iowa. And Reading, Iowa, you need to get indoors and away from windows. There's ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds coming in. Binkelman, and Max, Nebraska, you need to be indoors and away from windows as there's quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in. I think the main part of the storm has already kind of passed through that area though. And then Lexington and Overton areas in Nebraska has a considerable damage threat, severe thunderstorm warning, as there's golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in. The storm should be into Overton in 40 minutes. So if you're in Overton, the storm should arrive in 40 minutes. That storm, you need to be indoors and away from windows, and that storm is going to be having golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with it. So be prepared for that. So that's that storm out there. And then let's go to Gibbon and Wood River in Nebraska, as there's a severe thunderstorm warning out there right now. You need to get indoors and away from windows, as there's 2-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in. Wood River, that storm is going to move in there pretty soon, so definitely get prepared for that. If you're in DeWitt, Nebraska, you need to be getting indoors and away from windows, as well as there's a severe thunderstorm warning out there. That's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half dollar size hail. So get ready for that as well. If you're out there in DeWitt, Nebraska, and then Greeley Center in North Loop, Nebraska, you guys need to be getting into your safe spots. Again, yeah, I mean, you need to get indoors and away from windows, as there's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail coming in. The source is trained weather spotters. Quarter-size hail was reported with the storm near North Loop. So that's what's going on with that storm right there. And then out there in Greeley Center areas and North Loop, and then out here in Missouri. If you're in Linneus, Missouri, you need to be getting indoors and away from windows, as well as if you're east of Linneus. I don't think all of Linneus is in it, but some of it is. There's 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in with that storm near Linneus, Missouri, so definitely get prepared for that. Get indoors and away from windows, though. Same with Ethel. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows. Rising City, David City, and Garrison. You guys need to be getting indoors and away from windows. That's out there in Nebraska, as there is a storm that's going to be coming in, and it's going to have some ping pong ball size hail. So get ready for that. Looks like a pretty slow moving storm, I guess, too. It is moving east. It is moving east at 10 miles per hour. And then there's a severe thunderstorm warning for Grant City and Eagleville, Missouri. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows if you're in Grant City or Eagleville, Missouri. Severe thunderstorm warning out there. And then, so definitely get indoors and away from windows. And there's severe thunderstorm warning out there for the next 37 minutes. 60-mile-per-hour winds and half dollar sized hail is with that storm out there in Eagleville and Grant City, Missouri. There's a severe thunderstorm warning in Trenton and Galt, Missouri. So definitely get indoors and away from windows if you're out there, as there's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail moving into that area. Purdon, you guys, in Linneus, Missouri, you guys have a severe thunderstorm warning. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows. Cuba and Washington areas and Kansas has a severe thunderstorm warning right now, so get indoors and away from windows if you're out there, as there's a storm that's moving in. Packing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So get ready for that storm as well if you're out there in Kansas. And then if you are in Colby, Kansas, or Oakley, Kansas, you need to get indoors and away from windows as well. The severe thunderstorm warning does have a tornado possible tag, as there could be a chance for a tornado in this. There's 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Public 60 to 70-mile-per-hour winds have been reported 7 miles south of Levant as of 7:35 p.m. Central Time. So that's that severe thunderstorm warning out there for Oakley and Colby areas in Kansas. And then we going back to Iowa, Decatur, Leon, Davis City, and Lamoni, Iowa. You guys have a severe thunderstorm warning right now, so get indoors and away from windows, as there's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half dollar size hail coming in. So get ready for that. And then Gilman City, Missouri, you guys need to be getting indoors and away from windows. There's golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in. There might even be a small tornado. There actually might be a tornado threat, but it's not small down here near Jamesport. As you can see, we're getting some rotation trying to spin up there. So yeah, and that's kind of just to give you a look and update on kind of what's going on right now. There's a lot of warnings going on right now, so yeah, that's what's going on right now. We just cycled through like all the severe thunderstorm warnings. We cycled through a lot of them. So yeah. Might be a tornado damage area southwest of Linneus. Confirmed, actually. Wait, is this possible? It's possible. Not confirmed. So, yeah. But near Jamesport, Missouri, we're watching an area of rotation that might be trying to spin up out there. As you can see right here. I have an area trying to spin up, so definitely be watching that very closely there. As we could get a tornado warning. Trenton, Missouri, I'll also be watching that closely too, as you guys could end up in something. you guys could end up in a tornado warning. Alright. We're watching out for you guys. If we switch over to velocity, you can see that we got some contaminated rotation because there's not too much radar size in that area, so yeah. What the heck just happened to my thing? What just happened? What? Why is this thing so tall? Why does this thing get so tall? Won't let me close it either. What the heck is going on? Okay, refresh this real quick. Alright, there we go. But yeah, Jamesport, we're watching a potential area of rotation trying to come together here. We'll get a new velocity scan here though soon. But might have an area of rotation trying to come together there though. So we're watching that closely. Very closely. Oh yeah, new velocity scan there. That's what it's looking like. That's the new velocity scan. See, it got some areas of rotation. Might get a tornado warning out of that. If I was a National Weather Service, I would probably warn that as a tornado warning. I'm not an expert, but that's what I would do. Irina in Hatfield, Missouri has a severe thunderstorm warning right now, and even down there towards Denver, Grant City, and Worth, Missouri. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows. Look at this, guys. There's a dust storm warning out here. Is this the dust, guys? Is that the dust on radar? I don't completely know, but there's a dust storm warning. I'm pretty sure that is the dust. Oh, the source is Doppler radar, so I'm pretty sure that's the dust. That's dangerous, life-threatening travel. So Leodie, Tribune, over there towards Oakley areas in Kansas. You guys are under a dust storm warning, so it's gonna be pretty crazy. So definitely, if you're out there, motorists should not drive into a dust storm. Pull aside and stay alive. If you're in, it's kind of crazy that it says pull aside, stay alive. That's like something that it says with dust storm warning sometimes. Pull aside, stay alive. Anyways, yeah, I would probably be freaking out if it said that, to be honest. Both sides stay alive. But anyways, if you're in Colby, Kansas, you need to get indoors and away from windows. Does the traffic camera even work? As there's that storm is still continuing to move in. There's 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in, so get prepared for that. A lot of storms right now. Let's go take a look at some of our severe thunderstorm type of stuff out here in Ohio Valley. Actually, we don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings, but storms are below severe limits. There is a special weather event for Maysville, Kentucky. And Ripley, Ohio. That's just wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour and pea-sized hail. So, yeah, be ready for that storm. Also, make sure you guys are live on the stream. Refresh and make sure you're live. Make sure sometimes you can be pretty far behind. But anyways, Wing, Flemingsburg, Tilton, and Poplar Plains, Kentucky has a special weather team. You guys need to be getting indoors if you're out there. Even Maysville, Kentucky, get indoors if you're in those areas. still watching these storms out here in northern Missouri. So, yeah. Let me refresh the overlay. Let's see here. Yeah, no tornado warnings right now, guys. No tornado warnings. Got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings. That's one thing. Let's kind of just look at what's going on right now in the United States with the severe thunderstorms and stuff. This is all the storms that are going on right now out here. It doesn't seem like we got our storms to fire out here, guys. It's a very conditional threat, but it doesn't seem like we got any storms to fire out there. But, yeah. I'll be right back, guys. Let's see here. I'm back again, guys. Let's go to some of our severe warnings that we have right now. Destructive severe thunderstorm warning, Menlo, southeast of Kobe, for 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 2-inch hail. That's crazy, guys. 90-mile-per-hour winds possible out here with this storm. From Mingo and Halford. It's a destructive storm. You're in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged or destroyed. Homes and businesses will have substantial roof and window damage. Expect extensive tree damage and power outages. So this is a destructive storm southeast of Kobe and near the Menlo area. Let's see if we can get any traffic camera type of stuff going on here. Yeah, sadly none of the traffic cameras will work, so yeah. None of the traffic cameras are working. We got a lot of storms out here in northern Missouri leading to a big flash flood threat, so yeah, be prepared for flash flooding if you're out here. I mean, we still got some potential areas of rotation out here. Tornado threat is definitely not done yet out here, so yeah. Got all of these areas of potential rotation, so yeah. Take a look at this radar site from up here. Yeah, might get a tornado warning with one of these storms. See, might add a little bit of rotation down there. Might add some right here. Definitely some contamination though. The radar sites are decently far away from this area though, so yeah, down here that's definitely probably some contamination. But wouldn't be surprised if that got tornado warned here soon. So yeah. But we got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings out here, so be prepared for flash flood. If you're in the circle right here, be prepared for potential severe thunderstorm warnings and flash flooding, and maybe even a few tornado warnings. So yeah, be prepared for that. Take a look at the HRRR. It's kind of what it's looking like right now. No severe thunderstorm warnings right now. I mean, no tornado warnings, my bad. We definitely do got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings though right now. That's one thing. Bird City, Kansas, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows. Actually, it expired, that severe storm, so you guys don't have to do that. Eagleville, Missouri, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows. That storm is moving in right now. It's a big flash flood threat out here, guys. This is a big flash flood threat out here. Look at all these storms, guys. A lot of storms popping up out here, leading to a big flash flood threat, so yeah. Be prepared for that. A lot of rain out here, a lot of rain. South of Columbus, Nebraska, there's a severe thunderstorm warning. Golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Rising City, you guys need to be getting indoors and away from windows. That's the storm that's coming into that area. So yeah. And then near Cuba, Kansas, there's a severe thunderstorm warning out there. Golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with that one. We're watching Lincoln, Nebraska, as there's some storms south of you guys right now. Some of the storms could actually move up into your area, so I'll be tracking those storms closely. It's kind of what it's looking like with all these storms right now. Make sure this is on. fast playback speed here. What was no spelling? Okay. So what all the storms look like right now, guys. So yeah. The tornado threat might be going down though here. But our damaging wind threat is gonna stay for a while, I think. So I got a few storms out here towards the Ohio Valley, but nothing too crazy. Maysville, Kentucky, you guys need to get indoors if you haven't already. There's a special weather statement out there. Ripley, Ohio, and Manchester, Ohio. You guys also need to be getting indoors. Same thing with Decatur, Neal, Hiett, Red Oak, Russellville, and Georgetown, Ohio. You guys need to get indoors. Maysville, Kentucky, though, as well. The tornado threat is definitely not over, but yeah, I think it's going down a little bit. Some rotation near Trenton, Missouri. Isn't tornado warning though right now. Probably will be live tomorrow, guys. This is pretty crazy, guys. This is tomorrow's tornado threat. We have a 15% tornado risk outlined for Sioux Falls down to Sioux City. This is a 15% tornado risk for tomorrow. So tomorrow is likely going to be pretty insane, guys. Tomorrow is likely going to be pretty insane, so yeah, I'll probably be live tomorrow, most likely. That's like probably 100% chance of it going live tomorrow, to be honest. As there is a big severe weather outbreak, potential tornado outbreak tomorrow, so then Monday we're more than likely going to be live as well. And then probably on Tuesday. Probably on Tuesday as well. But anyways, let's talk about the tornado warning that we just got near Menlo and Hoxie, Kansas. Tornado warning was issued out here. That's going to be the rotation. Broad rotation trying to come together here, so yeah, take shelter if you're out there. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building as a new tornado warning has been issued for that area. Zoom in on it. That's it right there. Get indoors and away from windows. Get to an interior room in the lowest floor of the building. Take shelter if you're out there. As this is the area of rotation. Might be trying to, it's pretty broad, but it might be trying to tighten up, so definitely something to be watching closely. Definitely get to your safe spots if you're out there. That tornado warning is in effect for the next 25 minutes, and there's hail up to 2 inches in diameter, so it's gonna be a pretty big storm out there, so definitely take shelter. If you hear that in the background, that's my brother probably running upstairs, so yeah. That's what's going on with that tornado warning out there. Then parts of northern Missouri, we got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings out here right now. Don't really want to go through all of them, but I'll talk about some of them, like the bigger ones especially, like Canesville, Linville, Ridgeway, Bethany. You guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning out there in Missouri. So definitely get indoors and away from windows as there's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail coming into those areas. Tornado threat is a kind of medium, as you can see here. I have a brief spin-up tornado try to come together there, but I don't think it's anything too crazy. So that's that. Didn't mean to refresh there, but that's that. And then near Trenton, out here in Missouri, there's a severe thunderstorm warning, so you guys need to get indoors and away from windows. 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. Might have a little bit of rotation out here, so definitely gotta be watching out for maybe a tornado warning to come out on that storm. Osgood, Kansas. Osgood, Missouri. Sorry, Osgood, Missouri. You guys need to be getting indoors and away from windows. Same with Galt and Humphreys, Missouri. You guys need to be getting indoors and away from windows, as there is 6 mile per wind gusts and half dollar size hail coming into those areas. Between Menlo and Hoxie, Kansas, there's a tornado warning out there, so definitely take shelter. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building if you're in this tornado warning. Wow, what happened to the rotation? Let me see. Yeah, this is the area of rotation, guys. That's why we have the tornado warning, is because we have a brief spin up tornado trying to come together here. So yeah. That's the only tornado warning we have right now. Eagleville, you guys are still getting your storm. We're having storms pop up out here too. That's going to lead to a big flash flood threat, I think. So Eagleville, you guys need to be getting indoors and away from windows. Riverton down to Hamburg areas in Iowa, you guys need to be getting indoors and away from windows. There's a severe thunderstorm warning because there's quarter-size hail. There's a severe thunderstorm warning west of Lincoln, Nebraska, so like Seward and Cret and Denton, Pleasantdale, Emerald, Malcolm, Agnew, B, and Garland. In those areas in Nebraska, you guys need to be indoors and away from windows. There's ping pong ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts coming into those areas, so get ready for that. It does not quite include Lincoln though, but yeah. This one right here might be trying to spin up a tornado, so gotta be watching that closely. But it does not have a tornado warning right now. Between Hoxie and Menlo, Kansas, there is a tornado warning out here. So definitely get to an interior room or lowest floor building. That's going to be your area of rotation. Definitely contaminated, but I think it's probably contaminated, but it's going to try to spin up some more rotation there. So, yeah, we'll see the new velocity scan come in here, I think, here soon. So, yeah, we'll be waiting for that velocity scan. But, yeah, this is the reflectivity scan came in, but here, the rotation velocity scan. Yeah, here's the velocity scan out here now. So we still got a tornado warning out here. You can see that's going to be a rotation. Probably contaminated a little bit though, so yeah, if you're out there in that tornado warning, get indoors and away from windows. Get indoors and away from windows. One tornado warning right now. If you're just tuning in, we have 19 severe thunderstorm warnings and 1 tornado warning right now. And the 1 tornado warning is between Menlo and Hoxie. If you're in those areas, you need to get indoors and away from windows. Welcome back, Storm Chaser 575. Northern Missouri, still got some storms out here. Now, if we could see a flash flood threat with this, we do have a observed considerable damage threat with life-threatening flash flooding. Thunderstorms producing flash flooding. Emergency management reported out there. Wow. So some pretty bad flash flooding going on out there, so get ready for all that flooding. Get ready for all that flooding. Hear that in the background? That's my brother. Anyways, if you're in Cairo areas in Nebraska, the storm has kind of passed through your area already. So yeah, you guys are getting a storm right now, but like the severe storms have already kind of passed through the area. We don't rule out a few gusty winds right now though over there if you're in those areas. So yeah. And then tornado warning between Menlo and Hoxie. I really don't think this is going to be like that concerning, but yeah, there's a tornado warning out there, and we should always take a tornado warning seriously. So get indoors and away from windows. Get to an interior room in a lowest floor building. Alright, you're good. Read. So yeah, get get indoors, get to an interior room on a low floor building. Sorry if you hear that in the background. That's my brother playing upstairs right now. So, yeah. Anyways, tornado warning for Menlo, between Menlo and Hoxie areas out there in Kansas. So, definitely get to an interior room on a low floor building if you're out there. And going out, this is a composite here. This is what all the storms are kind of looking like right now. A new special weather statement has been issued for Raritan, Peebles, in West Union, Ohio. You guys need to get indoors. Same thing with Vanceburg, Kentucky. You guys also need to get indoors. There's going to be some wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour and pea-sized hail. So get ready for that. If you hear that noise, my bad. That's my brother running upstairs, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, that's what's going on with that. And we did end up getting that tornado warning for that one storm that we mentioned earlier that was trying to rotate, as you can see right here. Yeah, we got some rotation trying to come together there. Decent rotation, actually. What's up, Mother's Month, May 5? How are you doing? We're live for a pretty big severe weather outbreak going on right now. So, yeah. There's some rotation out near Pickrell areas in Nebraska now. So that's why there's a tornado warning. This is the storm that we've been talking about that had that rotation from earlier. So it has now having some rotation. So definitely get indoors, take shelter, get into an interior room in a low floor building. Yeah, Crete and Seward, Nebraska has a severe thunderstorm warning for ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So definitely get indoors and away from windows. Other name, you can call me if you want. SPC Niagara WX or just Niagara. Okay. Cool. Thanks for letting me know. I'll call you that now. Niagara. Two tornado warnings right now. One is out here between Hoxie and Menlo, Kansas, where we got some rotation trying to spin up out here. It's already passed through the area though. And then the other area is out here in Nebraska. Hogue, Pickrell, Nebraska. You guys need to take shelter. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. As there's some rotation trying to spin up out there, as you can see right there. That's going to be the rotation right there. That's going to be the rotation. As right now, I don't think there's a tornado on the ground, so that's good. That's good. That's good that there's not a tornado on the ground. There could be, but as right now, it's not seeming like it. Let's go through some of our severe thunderstorm warnings right now. If you're in Eagleville or Grant City, Missouri, you need to be indoors and away from windows. I think Grant City, the main part of the storm has kind of passed through the area. David City, Rising City, and Garrison areas out there in let me go see it again. David City, Rising City, and Garrison, Nebraska needs to be indoors and away from windows. As there's a severe thunderstorm warning out there, golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with that storm. For Menlo, Kansas, or Mingo, Kansas, you guys need to be indoors and away from windows, as well as there's a destructive storm with 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 2-inch hail, potential for 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So that's a pretty crazy storm out there, so get ready for that. And then Trenton, the storm is kind of passing through Trenton, Missouri, but Galt, the storm is going to be moving into those areas. Tyndall, the storm is kind of passed through, but Galt, there's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail coming in Galt, Missouri. So get ready for that if you're out there. And let's go to Tyndall. Actually, that's a different severe thunderstorm warning out there. Let's go to Trenton and Atwood. If you're in Atwood, Kansas, the storm has kind of passed through that area. If you're in Trenton, Nebraska, the storm has already kind of passed through that area. So yeah. Turning a possible tag. Severe thunderstorm warning in Selden and Hoxie areas with 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and ping pong ball size hail. So if you're in that severe thunderstorm warning, get indoors and away from windows. And there is a tornado warning out there between Hoxie and Menlo. So yeah, that's gonna be up here. I think the rotation I kind of already moved out that tornado warning. Tornado warning for Wilburn, DeWitt, Nebraska. You guys need to be indoors and away from windows. I think Wilbur might have missed the main part of the storm that's south of you guys right now. I don't think it will go right up into your area. But you can see the storm that kind of just split off of it is now going up towards Malcolm, and Milford and Seward areas in Nebraska. You guys need to get ready for that. There's going to be a tornado warning out there, though, for those areas. So there's a tornado warning out there in Nebraska. Okay, guys, here's my brother.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, that's my brother. But anyways, there's a tornado warning out here for Pickrell.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Alright, my bad. Alright. Alright, so yeah, still tornado warning out there in Hogue and Pickrell areas. You guys need to be taking shelter, get to an interior room or low forward building. That's going to be a rotation right there. So, yeah. Yeah, my brother just came to say hi. But anyways, yeah, we're definitely watching that storm. So if you're in that tornado warning, take shelter. And then going down into Kansas, there's a tornado warning out here in between Hoxie and Menlo. The main area, I think, of rotation is kind of passed through that area already. That's definitely probably contaminated a lot, but yeah, still watching that area. Remain in your safe spot if you're in that tornado warning out there. And then the storm out here near Brainerd is going to continue moving through those areas, and definitely watching Omaha closely there. So, yeah. Definitely watching Omaha. This storm might try to produce a spin-up tornado here as well to the east of Cuba, out there in Kansas. But Cuba, Kansas, the storm has kind of moved through already, just north of Cuba, going towards Narca. You guys have a severe thunderstorm warning right now. A 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and half-dollar size hail with that storm. So get indoors and away from windows if you're out there. Looks like, see what they're gonna do with this tornado. Looks like they're gonna let that tornado warning expire out there. So yeah, the tornado threat has diminished and the tornado warning has been canceled. However, large hail and damage winds remain likely, and the severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for the area. However, gusty winds are still possible with this thunderstorm. Severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect at 11 p.m. CDT for northwestern Kansas. So that's what's going on with that storm right there. So yeah. They're going to let that tornado warning expire between Hoxie and Menlo so you guys can come out of your safe spot. But however, you need to be staying indoors and away from windows though. Hill City, Moreland, you guys need to be indoors and away from windows. Tornado possible attacks to be thunderstorm warning for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. Okay. Did get a new tornado warning for Haddam, Mahaska areas. A new tornado warning has been issued for your guys' area. The storm that we talked about earlier, where we got some rotation trying to come together there. So if you're in Mahaska or Haddam areas, you guys need to be taking shelter, get indoors, get to an interior room in the lowest floor building. I'm always used to saying get indoors and away from windows because those are what you're supposed to do during severe thunderstorm warnings. But if you're in a tornado warning, get indoors, get to an interior room in the lowest floor building. So yeah, that's a tornado warning out there. And then there's actually a tornado warning up here in Nebraska continuing. If you're in Pickrell or Hogan, Nebraska, you guys need to be taking shelter. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building as there's a tornado warning out there. And then a tornado warning between Menlo and Hoxie, Kansas is going to be let to expire. So yeah. But we're definitely watching Haddam, Kansas very closely here. In Mahaska, that's going to be your area of rotation. If you're not familiar with this, it's when green areas and red areas meet and kind of tighten up, leading to an area of rotation. So that's why there's area of rotation right there. And that's why there's a tornado warning. So definitely get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Let's go to parts of Missouri. So got some severe thunderstorm warnings out there. If you're in Bethany, Missouri, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows. There's a severe thunderstorm warning for your area right now, as there is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail coming in. Might be more of rain than hail, but you guys could still see some hail out there. And then Galt areas in Missouri, you guys need to be indoors and away from windows. But we're mainly watching some of these tornado warnings out here, because yeah, north of Beatrice. I don't know how you say that, guys. But north of Beatrice or Beatrice areas in Nebraska, there's a tornado warning. So definitely get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. That's going to be a rotation. It's going to be right up there, actually. So yeah, see this little hook that's trying to come down. If you're in Fairbury, Nebraska, you need to get indoors and away from windows now. Same with Endicott and western Nebraska. You guys need to get indoors and away from windows. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail coming in. You guys also should be prepared for maybe a tornado warning if this rotation persists down there into those areas. As you can see right there, that's going to be a rotation, and that's why there's a tornado warning out there. So, yeah. That's why there's a tornado warning out there. Then that will, if you're in Haddam, Mahaska, you guys need to be in your safe spots for the next, let's see here, next 34 minutes, you guys need to be in your safe spots if you're in Haddam and Mahaska. You guys need to be in your safe spots for the next 34 minutes. And then Grand Island, we're still watching the storm over there. If you're in Grand Island, you guys are actually under a severe thunderstorm warning right now. Grand Island, Nebraska has a severe thunderstorm warning right now, so you guys need to get indoors and away from windows if you're in Grand Island. Indoors and away from windows. There's ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming into those areas. So that's what's going on in Grand Island. The storm should be moving in right now. So definitely get indoors and away from windows if you're in Grand Island and everything like that. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Hill City, Kansas, so definitely get indoors and away from windows. Same thing for Norton and Oberlin, Kansas. There's a severe thunderstorm warning out there. Actually, no, there isn't. You guys aren't under a severe thunderstorm warning. My bad. Norton and Oberlin, you guys are not under a severe thunderstorm warning. You guys are fine, but Hill City, you guys are. You guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning, so you guys need to be indoors and away from windows. And then Elm Creek, Odessa, you guys need to, and Amherst, you guys need to be indoors and away from windows, as well as there's a severe thunderstorm warning out there for Ping Pong Boss. I sailed 60-mile-per-hour wind, guys. And Overton storm should be moving in right now, so definitely get indoors and away from windows if you haven't already. We're still watching the tornado warnings very closely here. Northeastern Nebraska over here. If you're in Hadar, Woodland Park, or Hoskins, Nebraska, you guys need to be indoors and away from windows, as there is quarter-sized hail coming in, with damage to vehicles possible out there, as you can see right here. And then parts of northern Missouri, we do have some severe thunderstorm warnings out here, and this is going to lead to that pretty big flash flood threat, so yeah, get prepared for that pretty big flash flood threat if you're out here. Might have an area of rotation trying to form south of Bethany. Definitely contaminated though, but it's worth to keep an eye on. But if you are in Bethany, Missouri, you guys do have a severe thunderstorm warning right now, as well as a considerable flash flood warning, so definitely get to higher ground. Move to higher ground now. Act quickly to protect your life. Be especially cautious at night when it is hard to recognize the dangers of flooding. So the flooding out here in Bethany is very dangerous if you're out here in Bethany, as the flood threat is very dangerous out there. So yeah. Let's go back into our tornado warning out here in Haddam and Mahaska, Kansas. Still got some rotation out here. It's going to be moving up into the Haddam area here. So get prepared if you're out there for that storm coming in. And ways for you to prepare is to get to an interior room on a lowest floor of a building. So yeah, get ready for that storm. And then we have a tornado warning for Hogue and Pickrell, Nebraska. There's a tornado warning out there, so definitely take shelter. Get to an interior room on a lowest floor of a building if you're out there. And then between Hoxie and Menlo, the tornado warning is going to be allowed to expire out there. So you guys are good. But you guys do have a severe thunderstorm warning, so still remain indoors and away from windows. Hoxie, you guys are actually going to get a big part of the storm coming into Hoxie, guys. Hoxie is about to get slammed by some hail. So if you're in Hoxie, definitely get indoors and away from windows, as this is a pretty dangerous storm coming in. It has a tornado possible tag, and there's 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail coming in. So get ready for that storm. Get indoors and away from windows. And pretty much over here in northern Missouri, it's mainly just going to become more of a flash flood threat from how much storms that we're seeing pop up out there. So pretty big flash flood, pretty big flash flood threat. Sorry. Pickrell, Hogue, you guys need to be taking shelter as there's a tornado warning. Get to an interior room in lowest floor building. Have an area of rotation trying to form out there. And you can see that hook trying to come out too. So get ready for that. Get to an interior room in a lowest floor building. And then we have another tornado warning out here. Haddam and Mahaska, Kansas has, you guys have a tornado warning. So you guys need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. This is the rotation. Might be trying to weaken out though a little bit, so yeah. Rotation might be trying to weaken out a little bit. If you're just tuning in, we have 2 tornado warnings right now and 18 severe thunderstorm warnings. If you're in Malcolm, Garland, Agnew, or B. Same with Seward and Milford. If you're in those areas in Nebraska, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows, as there is this storm that's moving up into those areas right now. Lincoln, you guys are probably hearing some thunder. You guys are getting some rain, but that's not going to be the strongest part of your storm. The stronger part of your storm is towards the west, which there's pretty large hail with it, and some heavy rain. And by the way, that area is actually having ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming up to Malcolm in those areas. Brainerd, you guys got your storm moving in right now, so yeah, definitely get indoors and away from windows if you're in those areas, as there is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail moving in, so get ready for that one. If you're in Campbell or Blue Hill or Upland, Nebraska, if you're in those areas, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows, as there's a severe thunderstorm warning. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail out there right now, so definitely get indoors and away from windows. And then Overton, Elm Creek, and Amherst areas in Nebraska has a severe thunderstorm warning, as there is ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in, so get ready for that storm. And then Hill City and Moreland areas in Kansas needs to be indoors and away from windows. So, yeah, get ready for that storm. Hoxie, the storm is definitely hitting you guys right now, and that's going to be some pretty large hail potentially with it, so definitely get indoors and away from windows. Might have some brief spin-up areas. It's definitely contaminated a lot, but might have some brief spin-up areas of potential rotation out there. Let's go to some of our other tornado warnings. Pickrell and Hogue, you guys are still under a tornado warning right now. This is what velocity is looking like. It's more of broad rotation, but that's what that's looking like right there. And then there's also a tornado warning out here in Kansas. If you're in Haddam, Kansas, you guys need to be taking shelter. Rotation might be trying to weaken low a little bit, but you can see there's still a tornado warning out there. So definitely get to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. And that's going to be a rotation with those red and greens coming up with each other right there. So, yeah, that's that storm. If you're just tuning in, we have 2 tornado warnings and 19 severe thunderstorm warnings. So that's what's going on if you're just tuning in. Let's see here. Elm Creek, Overton, and Amherst, Nebraska needs to be indoors and away from windows, as there's a severe thunderstorm warning out there right now. Ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in. And then Grand Island, Nebraska needs to be indoors and away from windows. Same with Cairo and Doniphan, Nebraska. You guys need to be indoors and away from windows. Let me see if I can get some traffic cameras from there. Let's see. Nebraska. Let's see here. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm getting some traffic cameras out, trying to at least. Grand Island, where's Grand Island? Let's see here. not really much good views, but from at the storm at least. So yeah. Let me pin this message real quick. Did it work? I think it did. Okay. There we go. So let's see. Grand Island, Nebraska. The storm is moving into your area right now. So definitely get indoors and away from windows if you're out there. Definitely get indoors and away from windows. This is another look at some of the traffic cameras that we're having. I mean, not traffic cameras, the power outages that we're having. This is the power outages that we're having in Nebraska right now, guys. So yeah. Bring this back up there. Nebraska power outages. Boone County has some customers. Pierce County, that's kind of what's going on. Here's some of the storm reports that's going on right now. As you can see right here, whoops. These are some of the storm reports. Okay, what's going on with that? Let's move this. Let's move this out. There we go. From Pickrell or Hogue, Nebraska, you guys need to be in to your safe spots. Get to the interior room rolls for building. The area of rotation is kind of weakened a little bit, but it's still a 20 warning out for you guys, and you still need to be getting indoors and away from when you need to take shelter. Get to the interior room rolls for building. Mahaska and Haddam, you guys are under a 20 warning. That rotation is kind of weakened out a little bit, but still a tornado warning in effect out there. So yeah, get ready for that. Get ready for that storm. Quick little review of what kind of happened, recap. We had a tornado touchdown near Edson, Kansas, with I think it was a pretty weak tornado. That was confirmed that we had a tornado touchdown out there. So, yeah. And then we might have had a tornado southwest of Linneus area, potentially out there in Missouri, southwest of Linneus, Missouri. Might have had a tornado out there. And then in Bethany down to Browning, we might have had a tornado damage area, hail damage area as well. Confirmed. So, yeah. I have a little area of rotation trying to come together here. It might produce a chance for a tornado warning to come out, so I guess we'll see. Might have a tornado warning come out for that area. Look something like this, maybe. We'll see. Fairbury, Nebraska has a severe thunderstorm warning. Definitely get indoors and away from windows. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This storm right here, that's not going to be the main part of the storm, I don't think. That's just going to be the storm that kind of came off of the storm below, south of it. And this is going to be the main part of the storm, I think. That's going to come up into Fairbury. I'm pretty sure they issued the severe thunderstorm warning, though, for this storm, but I think this storm will probably be stronger for Fairbury, so get ready for that. Get indoors and away from windows. If you're in Minden, Norman, Holstein, Roseland, Pauline, or Bladen or Hildreth areas, if you're in those areas in Nebraska, you need to get indoors and away from windows. There's a severe thunderstorm warning out in those areas. Same thing for Blue Hill. Get indoors and away from windows. But Upland and Campbell, the main part of the storm has already kind of passed through that area. You guys will still hear some thunder though. So yeah. If you're in Elm Creek, Odessa, or Amherst down to Funk areas, if you're in those areas in Nebraska, you guys need to get to an interior, get indoors and away from windows. This is ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming into those areas. So, yeah, be prepared for that. Get indoors and away from windows. If you're in Norton, Almena, or in those areas in Kansas, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows. If you're in Hill City, Nicodemus, or Moreland, Kansas, you need to get indoors and away from windows. Hoxie, the storm has kind of already went through your area though, so yeah. But in those areas, it has a tornado possible tag and a 70-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-size hail. Public is the source. 75-mile-per-hour wind gusts was reported 7 miles northeast of Angeles. So that's what's going on with that storm. So yeah. It looks like they're gonna let this tornado warning in Pickrell and Hogue, Nebraska expire. So we don't. You guys are good to come out of your safe spots, as they're gonna let that expire. And then Haddam and Mahaska areas in Kansas needs to be in their safe spots. It's an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. So yeah. It's kind of what's going on with some of our storms right now. This is just a whole look at what's going on right here. Weather intensity score sitting at 109. So yeah. Mahaska and Haddam, Kansas has a tornado warning still. Won't be surprised if they let this thing expire though as well, to be honest with you guys. That's going to be the area of rotation right there. So yeah. They got rid of our slight risk down here. So, yeah. Keeping it looks like they're keeping it as marginal, and we still got enhanced risk out here. Still 5% tornado risk out in some of these areas, with a strong tornado that can't be ruled out here. So, yeah. Tornado conditional intensity group 1 risk is placed out here right now. Oops. Go back to here. Refresh real quick. Alright, there we go. Checking in parts of Ohio Valley. Hammersville, Georgetown, and Felicity, Ohio. You guys need to be indoors if you're in those areas, as there's a special weather statement in those areas. You can see you might have some stronger winds coming in those areas. So, yeah, definitely get indoors if you haven't already. Wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour. Gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Portsmouth, you guys might not get hit by, like, you guys aren't in a special West area right now if you're in Portsmouth, Ohio, but you guys could end up in one here soon. St. Paul, Garrison, Vanceburg, Kinnickinnic, and Ruglis, Concord. You guys are in a special West area right now, though. So, yeah, Rardon and Peebles and West Union, Ohio, you guys are in a special West area. You need to be indoors if you're out in those areas, as there's wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour and pea-sized hail out there. So just another check-in on those storms. And if you're just tuning in, we have 1 tornado warning and 18 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. And the 1 tornado warning is out here in Haddam and Mahaska areas. That's going to be the weaker rotation. I wouldn't be surprised if they let this tornado warning up and they just got rid of it. So I guess we'll see if they do that. I guess we'll see if they get rid of it. And Grand Island, Nebraska, the storm is going to move to those areas. The main part of the storm hasn't even hit Grand Island yet, guys. That main part of it hasn't even hit Grand Island yet. See some of these black pixels showing up back here? That's some hail. So Grand Island, you guys need to be indoors and away from windows immediately if you're in Grand Island, as there is a storm moving in right now. Get indoors and away from windows immediately. Then Central City, Overland, Marquette, Chapman, Aurora, Giltner, and Phillips areas in Nebraska. You guys need to be indoors and away from windows, as there's a severe thunderstorm warning out there. There's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail coming in. So yeah. Grand Island, the main part of the storm should be moving in right now. So yeah. Main part of the storm should be moving into Grand Island here right now. Let me see here. Check out the weather intensity score. This is what it's looking like right now, guys. Looks like it's gonna go down a little bit and then maybe go up a little bit, but yeah. That's the weather intensity score. Let's check in on Miles wildfire out here in Kali, Alaska. One of our viewers were watching, and they're close to this wildfire. 8.2 acres. Alright, let's see. We'll move this out here, and then, yeah. Grand Island, you guys still need to be indoors and away from windows if you're in Grand Island. There is 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail coming into those areas, so, yeah. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees, so. For your protection, move to an interior room or lowest floor building. I'm mainly focusing on the storm because it's in a decently populated area with 56.3k people affected by that severe thunderstorm warning. So yeah, and Chapman, Central City, and Aurora, you guys need to be indoors and away from windows as well. 1 tornado warning continues. Looks like the rotation is kind of letting up though. A lot of severe thunderstorm warnings right now, guys. Including one for Norton. Norton, you guys are getting your storm right now over there in Kansas. If you're in Arapahoe, Beaver City, Stanford, Oxford, if you're in those areas in Kansas, in Nebraska, sorry, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows. Contaminated rotation back here in your moorland areas, but I think we might have a little bit of some spin-up rotation trying to come together back there in Kansas. Let's go back up to Grand Island, where the severe thunderstorm warning has been upgraded to golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So you do not want to be outdoors if you're in Grand Island right now. It has been upgraded to golf ball size hail. Radar indicated at 8:50 p.m. CT, golf ball size hail is reported on the south side of Grand Island. People and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. For protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. So that's what's going on out there. Yeah, hopefully it balances. Hopefully they get that wildfire under control. So yeah, we got this severe thunderstorm out there. That's the main thing that we're going to be focusing on though right now. Mainly because it's in a populated area and it just got upgraded, so yeah. That's out there in Nebraska, I believe. Yeah, it's out there in Nebraska. Grand Island, Nebraska needs to be indoors and away from windows. Same with Central City, Nebraska. Grand Island, the storm is kind of moving through right now, especially if you're towards the eastern part of Grand Island. That's going to be a pretty big part of the storm. You guys are getting it right now. The biggest part. So yeah. It's going to move up there towards Central City. I'm going to go over some of our severe thunderstorm warnings that we have right now. We have one tornado warning, and they're probably going to let it expire, it seems like. Yeah, they're going to let this tornado warning expire. As you can see right here, so, yeah. 18 severe thunderstorm warnings, though, right now. Let's go through some of them. For northern Missouri, like, out here, northern Missouri, the tornado threat is pretty low out here, but it's not zero. Still have potential for a few spin-up tornadoes out here. I know this looks really crazy, the map right here, but yeah, there's just a lot of contamination, but there's nothing really that really crazy going on out here. Just beware for some flooding and some damaging winds out there in parts of northern Missouri. If you're in Gilman City, Missouri, McFall, or Princeton, Missouri, you guys need to be indoors and away from windows. There's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail coming in. So, yeah, and then hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. So, yeah, that's what's going on. That storm has 6-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. That's an update on northern Missouri. Storms are going to continue pushing through those areas out there. As you can see here, this is what the future radar is looking like. Storms are going to continue pushing through those areas out there. Let me get a new future radar. Here we go. Here's a different run. Those storms are going to push through out there and having maybe a chance to produce an isolated for some brief spin-up tornadoes, maybe a strong one, and some flash flooding out there. And that storm is kind of going to move through the night. So definitely make sure you have way get alerts out there. And then we're still going to have some of these storms out here in parts of Kansas and Nebraska, including this line of storms that we're going to have right here, and that's going to push through. It's going to continue moving through into the very early morning hours of tomorrow on Sunday. That's going to cause some potential for some flooding and damaging winds, maybe a brief spin-up tornado as well, and everything like that. So yeah, and if you're in any of these severe thunderstorm warnings, you need to be indoors and away from windows. And definitely have a way to get alerts throughout the night if you're in the affected areas out here. If you have a way to get alerts if you're inside of this highlighted area, mainly over here though, have a way to get alerts tonight. for potential tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, and stuff like that while you're sleeping. One tornado warning, but they're gonna let that tornado warning expire out there. So yeah. Likely it will be live tomorrow, likely, so. With a 15% tornado risk outlined, actually, guys, tomorrow. This is gonna be pretty crazy, I think. 15% tornado risk outlined tomorrow, which is pretty high. So, stay tuned for a live stream tomorrow, guys. And on Monday, potentially, and stuff. So, yeah. Tomorrow's wind threat, actually, you guys would be surprised. Actually, no, the wind threat actually went up a little bit, but yeah, 30% wind risk for the Sioux City and Sioux Falls areas out there. And there's some hail threat tomorrow, too. Large to very large hail and some damaging winds tomorrow will all be a concern, so definitely watching that very closely there. And flooding is going to be a big concern out here, so definitely if you're in any of these flash flood warnings, you need to get to higher ground immediately if you're out here, guys. There's observed considerable flash flooding out here with life-threatening flash flooding, thunderstorms producing flash flooding. You need to move to higher ground now. Act quickly to protect your life. So if you're in any of these flash flood warnings, you need to get to higher ground immediately. This is a dangerous situation if you're in any of these flash flood type of warnings. If you end up in one of those, you need to get to higher ground immediately if you're out there. Looks like we got some flood watches out there too, so let me see if I can enable flash flood watches. Make sure yeah, it's not showing up on here. Oh, that's a flash flood watch. I enable flood watch here. We'll make a flood watch out here. Yeah, there's a flood watch for parts of southeastern Nebraska and southwestern Iowa, which is this area, so definitely be prepared for especially some chances for some flooding out there. So yeah, and then through northern Missouri. And these storms are going to continue to push through some of these areas out here, so yeah. Anyways, that is probably going to be it for today's stream. Thank you everybody who has tuned in to today's stream. Make sure to tune in for to some of my other streams I'll have likely tomorrow, on Sunday, and then on Monday, maybe even on Tuesday. And yeah, and stay tuned for some more updates on this severe weather. And if you know anyone inside of this area right here, through tonight, tell them that they need to be staying prepared and that they need to have way get alerts through tonight while they're sleeping. If you know anyone in this area tomorrow, let them know. And if you know anyone in this area on Monday, let them know. And stay weather aware if you're in that area. And yeah, and that's make sure you have way get alerts. And that's pretty much all I got for you in today's live stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. And stay weather aware. And I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night.